What's up, everybody? Hello. Lots of stuff going on. Everybody seems to be shitting on Ben Shapiro. It's funny, like, the MAGA coalition is basically crumbling. Everybody's fighting with each other. But I think the one thing that can bring it all back together is our hatred for Ben Shapiro. I think, yeah, that's going to unite us, bro. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things we're fighting about, but I think we can all agree that Ben Shapiro fucking sucks. I think we can all agree on that. How's everybody doing? No music? Oh, yeah, okay. I forgot. Because I like to, when I connect the stream, I like to listen to desktop to music before the stream goes. So I turn off the desktop audio and I forgot to turn it back on. My bad, guys. You missed. Let's do it again. Let's do this again. Fuck it. We'll do it again. Gotta have the music. Fuck it. We'll do it again. We're gonna go even louder than normal. Again. It's just, it ain't the same without the intro music, bro. You know, no intro music. Oh, sorry, we got to do that. We got to roll it back. We got to do it again. We got to have the cool factor. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, like I said, everybody hates Ben Shapiro. It's going to reunite the right. Our hatred for Ben Shapiro. He gave a speech at AmFest, and you know, the Candace Owens stuff. I think if he would have stuck with that, I would have been like, I agree with him. Candace Owens fucking sucks. But then he started going down that, why are we platforming Nick Fuentes? We shouldn't be platforming blah, 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 blah. And he starts doing his usual, you know, anti-freedom of speech bullshit where it's like, oh, bad guy, can't talk to bad guy. No talking to bad guy. It's like, dude, fuck out of here with that shit, bro. Keep talking shit about Candace, though. I'm not going to complain about that. 9 Inch Trip? Yeah, it does sound like a 9 Inch Nails song. I was going for that sort of sound. I mean, AI is just sick, dude. People keep asking me for the full song. Look, I'll tell you what. I do this for people on Discord. I don't want to release the full song because I don't know, maybe on another channel that doesn't matter. But if you like any of the music I play, just go onto the Discord. You don't have to hang out there. Just go in there and ask me. I'll give you the link on Discord. You can download the song. And yeah, anybody can get access to the songs. I just don't post them because, I mean, they're just for the show. That's what they're for. They're for the show. They're for me and for my show. But you can have them if you ask me nicely on Discord. But you got to ask. Got to be nice. You got to be polite. And you can get the songs. All right. Where are we at? I'm just so flustered here today, guys. I'm very flustered. Let's get to the Ben Shapiro AmFest, or whatever the fuck speech. That is pissing everybody else. Like, everybody's coming out and attacking him. I mean, obviously Candace Owens, but you got Alex Jones. We got a revival of the Alex Jones Ben Shapiro feud, which man, I covered that feud way back in like 2019-ish, 2018. I made a video about it, and that feud's been going on for a long time. And Ben just has continued to duck Alex for a long fucking time now. And Alex is once again laying out the gauntlet. He's saying, "Hey, let's debate, you little fuckhead." And obviously Ben's not going to debate him because Ben's one of these guys like, we're not going to platform Alex Jones. Okay. All right. That would be irresponsible to platform Alex Jones. You're such a bitch, Ben. You're such a bitch. But here it starts off. Mikhail, what's up, bro?
That Makot super chatted $1.99. Make a fake band page like Red Ban.
I've heard some of Red Band's music. I've seen him posted on Instagram. Not my style. I don't know, like pop music with female singers. That seems to be his thing. I mean, that's his style. God bless him. Not my style. But I think some of these people are taking the AI music kind of seriously. So maybe it's not a fake band page. Maybe, you know, Red Band's like serious. He's going to launch a fucking AI music career. People are going to do it. People are going to do it. No doubt about it. So here's Ben. Thank you also. I mean, Mikhail, hope you're doing good. Thank you for the super chat. Links are in the description if you want to support the show on Patreon or on YouTube. And also the link for Discord And if you want to be a part of the show and interact and send a message and call me names or whatever you want to do, you can send a super chat, and it's much appreciated. So let's get to this Ben Shapiro calling out Candy, and then we got Ben Shapiro attacking Tucker for hosting Nick Fuentes, and same old shit. But let's start with this one. He's calling out good old Candy here.
So, if Candace Owens decides to spend every day since the murder of Charlie Kirk casting aspersions at TPUSA, and the people who work here, who worked with Charlie every single day, his best friends, to cast aspersions at Mikey McCoy and Andrew Colvin and Blake Neff and Tyler Boyer, and yes, at Erica Kirk, and to imply or outright claim complicity in a cover-up over Charlie's murder, to spew absolutely baseless trash implicating everyone from French intelligence to Mossad to members of TPUSA in Charlie's murder or a cover-up in that murder, then we, as people with a microphone, have a moral obligation to call that out by name.
Okay, this is the part I will agree. What Candace is doing is, I don't know. It's good now that everybody's speaking up about it. I think a lot of the dudes on the right were like me and just kind of ignoring her. You know, I'll let those crazy mommy sleuths do what they want to do. But it just got too out of hand. It got too out of hand, bro. And she's back now. We'll be covering this later. She's got this this guy who seems fake as fuck. People are already kind of going down the rabbit hole of like kind of being like even her followers, like some of her like most vocal supporters are starting to call her out over this last guy that she had on who supposedly just I forget the details, but he walked into some high-level military secret meeting like a day or two before they murdered Kirk, and it was all these high-level military, and now he's claiming that Erica Kirk was there, and like people say she's using him to keep accusing Erica Kirk of being involved in Charlie Kirk's death, because I guess because he's saying it, they won't sue her, they'll have to sue him. I don't know, but yeah, she's still on that path. It's ridiculous.
Erica Kirk and TPUSA never should have been put in the.
I gotta hear that.
And
again.
TPUSA never should have put in the.
Come on, Ben. I thought you were a professional speaker, bro. What's going on here?
Never. Erica Kirk and TPUSA never should have put in the. Never should have been put.
I don't know. I just found that funny.
In the position to have to defend themselves against such specious and evil attacks, particularly in a time of mourning. And the people who refuse to condemn Candace's truly vicious attacks, and some of them are speaking here, are guilty of cowardice. Yes, cowardice. The fact that they have said nothing.
Kind of like being afraid to debate people. Ben, kind of like that. Ben, I would have so much more respect for you if you would actually sit down with Tucker Carlson, debate him. Sit down with Nick Fuentes, debate him. And the final boss of them all, Alex Jones. But I don't know, you're kind of a coward, Ben.
Well, Candace has been vomiting all sorts of hideous and conspiratorial nonsense into the public square for years is just as cowardly.
All right, so this part, I don't disagree with Ben. Look, I'm not one of these guys that like, I don't like Ben. I think Ben's a slimy piece of shit. But I don't fucking just shit on everybody for everything just because I hate them. I agree with Ben here. Now, the next part we're going to get to is where I think a lot of people, even people at Turning Point USA, because a lot of later speakers were calling them out, like they were not happy about this.
That actually get at the truth. If we agree with the guest, that's fine, but we should own it. So, for example, if you host a Hitler apologist, Nazi-loving, anti-American piece of refuse like Nick Fuentes.
He did. He couldn't help himself, man. So if you host him, that makes you also a piece of shit. But if you're too scared to debate his ideas, if you're too scared to like face off in the fucking battlefield of ideas against these people, what does that make you, Ben? What does that make you?
You know, the Nick Fuentes who said that the vice president of the United States is a, quote, fat gay race traitor married to a Jeet.
I remember that.
The person who said that Charlie Kirk was a, quote, retarded idiot. The person who said, and pardon my language here, it's his quote, that he, quote, took Turning Point USA and fucked it, and that's why it's filled with groypers.
That's important to, like the timeline. This is all when Charlie Kirk was alive and he was feuding with Charlie Kirk. And, I remember these clips. I've seen these clips. I've seen them.
If you have that person on your show and you proceed to glaze him, you ought to own it.
Ben Shapiro saying glaze. I didn't expect that. What's next? What next cool Gen Z word are you going to pull out of your ass, Ben? That was fire, bro.
There is a reason that Charlie Kirk despised Nick Fuentes, and indeed even chided Dinesh D'Souza for debating him. He knew that Nick Fuentes is an evil troll, and that building him up...
Yeah, but then he also did debate him. So, yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ. Dinesh D'Souza may talk a lot of shit about Nick, but at least he was willing to climb into the fucking cage and do battle with Nick. Unlike you, Ben, who's so afraid of fucking debating anybody. I mean, I want the entertainment, dude. I definitely want the Ben Shapiro-Alex Jones debate. I want that so bad. I've been waiting for like 6 years for that. 7 years. 8 years. Long time.
Is an act of moral imbecility. And that is precisely what Tucker Carlson did. He built Nick Fuentes up. And he ought to take responsibility for that, just as he ought to take responsibility for glazing pornographer and alleged sex trafficker Andrew Tate, or for mainstreaming fake historian and pseudo-Nazi apologist Daryl Cooper as America's best and most honest popular historian.
See, this is a leftist. This is straight up from the leftist playbook, dude. Like, you're mainstreaming him. You're giving him a platform. You're doing this. You're doing that. And by the way, Nick was already huge. So he just kind of tried to make it seem like Tucker's the one who made Nick Fuentes popular and huge. It's like, no, the algorithms did. That was already happening. That shit, Nick was way bigger for a period there than I think Nick's still pretty big, but there was a period there where he was just everything. Everything was Nick. The algorithms are just all pushing Nick. And that's when Tucker interviewed him. So yeah, now Tucker didn't blow him up. He might have blew him. That's possible.
Hosts are...
Can you imagine that? Don't picture it. Don't picture it, but imagine it.
Indeed, responsible for the guests they choose and the questions they ask those guests.
Poor guy. Can't handle a conversation with bad guys. How dare they? Everyone should be banned. Ben Shapiro gets pressed. This one's kind of funny, I think. I don't think I saw this one yet. Ben Shapiro gets pressed for calling Israel attacking the USS Liberty irrelevant. I'm wondering what your motivation is for bringing up a 6-decade-old attack. Anti-Semitism. That's what it is. It's always anti-Semitism.
You cited during your speech truth as the most important tenet of American conservatism. Why, therefore, did you call irrelevant the Israeli attack in 1967 on the USS Liberty, which left dozens of American servicemen dead and hundreds wounded?
But whether whatever stance you take, irrelevant shouldn't be one of them. U.S. service members died? Yeah, that's not irrelevant. Do you think U.S. service members giving their life for the country is irrelevant? I don't think it is.
So what I actually said is that if we're looking at modern Israeli-American relations, looking at an attack that happened mistakenly by multiple Navy reports, multiple Israeli reports, and all available evidence, and using that attack...
Oh yeah, the crowd was booing him too when he was trying to talk shit about Nick Fuentes. So yeah, and this is nothing new, this trend here with TPUSA and a lot of people being pro Fuentes in the crowd.
In order to undermine today's relations between Israel and America, that's irrelevant. As irrelevant as it would be to cite a piece of evidence from World War II or from 1776 to define America's relations with, for example, Great Britain or Germany today. That does not mean that the attack wasn't horrible.
So history is irrelevant. Okay. Interesting, Ben. I guess there's some history in World War II that some other people might say is irrelevant, and you might get upset with that. But by that same logic, if things that happened back then is irrelevant, then maybe other things that happened that I will not name in World War II are now irrelevant as well. But no, don't say that. Don't say that.
For the Americans involved, that it wasn't bloody and terrible. The Israeli government paid reparations to the people who were killed. If you look at the actual military record of what happened on the USS Liberty, it was clearly a mistaken and tragic attack. The people who frequently cite the USS Liberty, however, are not talking about the specifics of the USS Liberty. I suspect that the vast majority of people who bring this up are doing so in order to suggest that Israel deliberately attacked an American ship because Israel deliberately wants to harm America. It is connected generally with a larger point. I wonder if that's your point.
If the truth matters, then the Israeli government must be held accountable for that attack.
Yeah, we want our reparations, bro.
The American flag was flying on that ship. You do not mistake an American ship for a foreign one when our flag...
Ooh, is he squirming, dude? I gotta see this again. It looks like he's squirming, dude.
You do not mistake an American ship for a foreign one when our flag is flying...
I think it's the Adderall. It's either the Adderall or he's just really uncomfortable having to address this. I mean, I'm pretty sure Ben Shapiro's on Adderall. I'm not, dude. I'm El Natural. I'm not using any performance enhancements, dude. This is... Actually, I do. I use vitamin D in coffee and a little weed. So what am I saying? Of course I'm using performance enhancements.
So, and we can spend the rest of the time talking about the specifics of the U.S. Liberty attack, or you can actually go look at the naval investigations that were done, multiple naval investigations that were done. The reality is that people were flying Mirage planes for the Israeli military at the time. The USS Liberty was sailing in an area where it had essentially gone off-grid. The Israeli military mistook it for an Egyptian ship. They thought it was shelling Al Arish, which happened not to be true. In the initial attack, the American flag was knocked down, and then the attack went on for about 90 minutes. And then, as soon, you can hear this, by the way, on the tapes of the Israeli pilots talking to each other, as soon as they realize that it's an American ship, they call off the attack, they speed a ship to try and help the USS Liberty. There have been multiple unfortunate friendly fire incidents between...
Have the family members of the USS Liberty that were injured or lost their lives, have they gotten reparations from Israel? I think they should. I don't care if it was a mistake. Where are our reparations been?
Allied forces, including, for example, in the Gulf War, where U.S. forces were responsible for killing about 9 British troops during the Gulf War. It's an unfortunate reality of war, but you're not answering my question, which is, what is your broader agenda in asking the question? Because I suspect...
Reparations, bro. That's what we got to move this to reparations, okay? Israel owes reparations, dude.
Your question is not limited.
My great uncle, he was in the fucking... I need some money from Israel. My great uncle died in the USS Liberty. So, please, where are my reparations?
To your specific ire over an incident
where are my reparations? Yeah, an hour and a half, dude. That's a long time.
I think we should question any foreign country's relationship with our government.
That's totally fine, but I'm just wondering why you
serve American interests.
Again, I'm perfectly fine with questioning any country's relationship.
I'm perfectly fine with it, but I'm now going to insinuate that you're an anti-Semite and that you hate all Jews, and that's why you asked that question.
With the United States. But, again, I'm wondering what your motivation is in bringing up a 6-decade-old attack as though it is the #1 issue in assessing the relationship.
Dude, Ben's learned from the best, bro. Like, he must be studying at, like, left-wing fucking institutions. Because this is a straight-up left-wing move. But I wonder what your motivations are for this. Could it be racism? Of course it's racism.
Between Israel and the United States today.
Well, many problems persist to this day, but it's interesting that you say 6-decade-old incident when there are many people in this audience who were alive for that attack, as if this is something that's irrelevant.
Well,
that doesn't
no, it's just not particularly relevant to assessing the relationship between the United States and Israel today, in the same way that in 1967, there are a wide variety of countries with which the United States had different relations. Okay, it's clear you're not going to actually answer the question, so I'm happy to move to this one.
Quick, get him off the screen. Boy, Benny doesn't look comfortable up there, does he? He looks very uncomfortable in his own skin, bro. I wonder if he's on drugs. Are you on drugs, Ben? Are you on drugs? So Tucker comes out, and Tucker just immediately starts hammering into Ben Shapiro. And I honestly, look, if you get, we're not going to watch Tucker's whole speech, but I watched it up to the question and answer point. And I got to say, it was a pretty good speech. But I have a feeling Nick might be already live right now responding to it, going, they're trying to steal America First from me, because Tucker started talking about America First and what America First is. And Nick's always been suspicious that, like, this is what they're going to do. They're going to try to take America First away from him and make somebody else the face of America First. And yeah, but I did like his speech. It's pretty good. But here's Tucker Carlson took to the stage and immediately began responding to Ben Shapiro. Catfight. Fucking catfight, bro.
I just got here and I feel like I missed the first part of the program. Hope I didn't miss anything meaningful. But I just want to say, I don't think I did. No, I'm just kidding. I watched it. I laughed. That kind of bitter, sardonic.
I got to work on my Tucker Carlson laugh. Nick does a pretty decent one. I can't get my voice that high, bro. Too many years of fucking killing Marlboro Reds. I can't do it. I'll work on it.
Laugh that emerges from you when like upside down world arrives. When your dog starts doing your taxes and you're like, wait, it's not supposed to work this way. To hear calls for like deplatforming and denouncing people at a Charlie Kirk event, I'm like, what? This is hilarious. Yeah, this is hilarious. Actually, one of the clips I was listening to myself, thinking as I often do when I hear myself speak, which is never, because I never watch myself, but at these events they always play like the role of you. And I'm like, that guy is pompous. Woo! Sorry about that. We don't.
I pompous, yeah, but Ben's usually more pompous than that. It seemed like Ben was like nervous and not sure of himself. And like, I don't know, man. I think Ben knows how many people don't like him right now.
See ourselves clearly. But the prediction that, at some point when Republicans took power again, which I did everything I could, to help, and really felt that was important. I still think, I was right. But I really thought that the impulse to deplatform people, or even to use the word platform as a verb, which it's not, it's a noun, don't steal my nouns, deplatform and denounce. Why haven't you denounced somebody else? The whole like Red Guard cultural revolution thing that we so hated and feared on the left.
Amen.
That we did everything we could to usher in a new time where you could have an actual debate. I mean, this kind of was the whole point of Charlie Kirk's public life.
The thing about Ben, though, is Ben may not be on the left, but Ben's always been a neocon. And you have to understand there is a huge difference between your old school Ben Shapiro, Glenn Beck, Sean Hannity, George Bush style fucking neocons, and then the MAGA movement. There's a big fucking difference. And the neocons, essentially, they're probably closer aligned to the neolibs than they are to actually MAGA. But they're smart enough to pretend to be MAGA for as long as it needs to kind of keep their fucking positions. But yeah, I don't hate Ben because he's a Jew. A lot of people are going to accuse me of that. I don't. I don't have any problem with Jewish people. I think judging all Jewish people as like one entity is fucking stupid. I hate Ben because he's a piece of shit fucking warmongering neocon. And that's always why I've hated Ben. But we'll get back to Tucker here.
And I think that he died for it. I really believe that.
That one.
And I know a lot about it because the last several months of Charlie's life were devoted in part to arguing about this event, in fact, this speech, in fact, my speech here, which he asked me to do earlier this year, this summer, and was immediately put under just immense pressure from people who give money to Turning Point, I would assume good people, but who wanted him to take me off the roster. And this has all become public, and the whole thing is so sad that I never talk about it, except to say Charlie stood firm in his often stated and deeply held belief that people should be able to debate, and that if you have something valid to say, if you're telling the truth, you ought to be able to explain it calmly and in detail to people who don't agree with you, and that you shouldn't immediately resort to shut up racist.
I agree completely. And isn't there people out there that believe that the reason, like if you believe Israel killed Charlie Kirk, which I don't believe that. I mean, is it a possibility? Yeah, I don't fucking know. But they think that literally Charlie Kirk standing up for Tucker Carlson and fighting back against the Ben Shapiro's of the right, the Israel first types, is what got Charlie Kirk killed, because he kept platforming people like Tucker Carlson who have been nonstop attacked by the Israel first crowd as an anti-Semite. I don't know. I think that's crazy because obviously if that's what they were trying to do, it didn't work. Here's Ben. I mean, here's Tucker on fucking Amfest. So
didn't immediately go to motive. By the way, shut up racist is the #1 reason I voted for Donald Trump. And because I'm just sick of it. I mean, first of all, if I was a racist, if I was a bigot, I would just say so. Okay, it's America. You're allowed to be whatever kind of person you want. I'm not. I'm sincerely opposed, have always been, and will always be. But the style of debate where you prevent the other side from talking or being heard because you immediately go to motive, well, I wonder why you're asking that question. I wonder why. Why are you asking that question? I detect in the question a certain evil in your soul. And everyone listening should know that listening to you implicates them. And that they someday may be asked to denounce you. And that friendship is not a reason to defend someone. Love is no defense. I kind of thought we'd reached the end of that. And as far as I'm concerned, we have. And I'm not going to play by those rules. I'm not going to engage in that. If someone doesn't like what I think, fine with me, as long as I get to express it. That's my view.
You say you're a bit racist, but I treat everyone as individuals still. I think that makes you not a racist then. Steve Stove one. Yeah. I mean, the racism is like, it doesn't even mean what it's really supposed to mean. It's just become such a fucking abused term. This is anybody I don't like is racist. Oh, you don't like this black guy because he murdered somebody? Racist. Damn. Tucker Carlson called out the TPUSA donors at AmFest who didn't want him speaking at this event tonight when Charlie Kirk did. The last several months of Charlie's life were devoted to defending me by donors who didn't want me speaking here at this event tonight.
Deplatform and denounce. Why haven't you denounced?
The thing about these clips is like people are just pulling them at different volume levels and it's so fucking annoying. But I got the fix for that.
Somebody else, the whole like Red Guard Cultural Revolution thing that we so hated and feared on the left that we did everything we could to usher in.
Well, son of a bitch. Well, son of a bitch, we just played this one already. Yeah, we just played that one. Here we go. Tucker Carlson tells America Fest audience that accepting money from AIPAC is an America Last policy and should not be labeled as anti-Semitism. Yeah, because I'm kind of at the because look, Tucker said he voted for Trump because of everybody using racism as a fucking crutch, et cetera, et cetera. I voted for Trump because I want to get rid of the corruption in the fucking government. That's like the #1 concern for me, because most of the problems with this country all stem from that. It stems from our government no longer actually serving the citizens of the country. And if you don't fix that, nothing else gets fixed, right? So yeah, get rid of AIPAC, get rid of all lobbyists, get rid of corporate donors, just get rid of all money out of politics. I don't give a fuck anymore. Get it all out, dude. That includes AIPAC and every other fucking PAC and every other fucking lobbyist, because the system's fucked. Politicians have been fucking completely bribed and bought out to represent their interests, and they no longer give a fuck about the American people, other than to lie their ass off to you every fucking 4 years to get elected. And that, to me, that's corruption. It's straight up fucking corruption.
Is it America first for senators, Congress, and even our president to take money from AIPAC?
Is it America first to take money from a foreign lobby so you'll send taxpayer dollars to that country? Even the question kind of answers itself. Obviously it isn't. And that's not an attack on Israel. It's certainly not anti-Semitism, despite the efforts of many to claim that it is. It's just an obvious statement. And the fact that people are attacked for asking the question, this is something that I talked to Charlie a lot about in his final months, because he was being attacked as an anti-Semite for asking that question. And we've memory hold that, but I was there, so I saw it.
His last interview was with Ben Shapiro, and he was like asking Ben a bunch of uncomfortable questions. Look, I think even like people like Charlie Kirk, who were probably some of the most pro-Israel Christians, political actors out there, they were sussed out by the fucking Iran shit, dude. Like, for me, I don't give a fuck about Israel. I don't want to spend 2 seconds thinking about Israel. There's a million other things I care about more. Obviously, I care about, lobbyists. I care about if Israel's buying people out, and if politicians are putting Israel's interest above ours. Obviously, I care about that. But when it came to what was going on with Iran, it's like, even the people like me who just don't really give a fuck and don't make our whole living talking about Israel, we're like, what the fuck are you doing, Israel? You trying to drag us into another regime change forever war that's going to be worse than all the ones we fucking experienced before? Because Iraq ain't Iran. Iran is not Afghanistan. It would have been a fucking disaster. So yeah, even people who call themselves Christian Zionists, like Charlie Kirk, were sussed out by that.
That's not the right way. Don't attack people's motives. And I have a lot to attack people's motives. I'm trying to remind myself, don't do that. Respond to what they're saying. Right? And so, no, of course it's not.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, it's nice to see that they didn't back down on having Tucker Carlson here, man. I'm glad, because there was a lot of pressure behind the scenes to stop Tucker from talking. Tucker Carlson says the current GOP civil war is being stirred up by people who are against Vice President J.D. Vance's candidacy in 2028. Man, no one's fucking up J.D. Vance's chances in 28 more than Trump himself. I mean, Trump does not give a fuck if Vance wins in 28. Trump's just like, But yeah, I don't know if I can support Vance at this point. I'll be honest, just being connected to Trump is making me like kind of, I don't know, man. Trump's really disappointing me, like majorly, to the point where I think we need just fresh blood, a whole new, because Trump's basically saying fuck you to MAGA and going full neocon. That's what it looks like to me. And no, thank you. If my options are between neocons and fucking shitty Democrats, maybe we'll have some Democrats pop up that are America first and that are like, outside of but they'll never win because, the super delegates and all that. But yeah, if my options between neocons and neolibs, sorry, we need some fresh blood. We need, I don't know. We need somebody who's for real, who's not, I don't know I don't know if you could even find somebody like this, but somebody who's actually like, I don't give a fuck about anything except fixing this country. I'm not in it to look good. I'm not in it to make friends. I'm not in it to fucking increase my wealth. I'm not in it for anything other than we got to fix this fucking country, and we're going to do whatever it takes to fix this country. And a lot of the things that you would have to do that would be very unpopular. The media would be going, oh, I can't believe he did this. But sometimes you have to take extreme measures when you get into a fucking shit situation,
Think a lot about this because I've been unwittingly involved in the proxy war. There are two things going on here, and I'm not guessing. One is jockeying for position post-Trump. So Trump created this amazing coalition, bringing in people who had never voted Republican before but were very enthusiastic about him. And that coalition took over the most powerful government in the history of the world. So there's a lot at stake here.
Yeah, and they would kill that guy like JFK says, Rep. Nate 333. Possibly, but you have to go into it as a soldier. You are the commander-in-chief. You're the head fucking soldier of this country. Okay? Is there a risk that you might be murdered? Yeah. You got to be willing to take that risk. And that's what I'm saying. It might be hard to find somebody like that. And it'll probably, if there are people like that, it'll be probably impossible to get them elected. But that's what we need. We need somebody willing to take on this like civil war between the corruption and the American people and take it on from within government, because the American people can't take this on. Like, the government's too much of a behemoth. People are still too happy. You're not going to have a revolution where people are going to be in the streets. No, you need a president that's going to wage that revolution from within. And Trump's not that guy. We all were hoping he would be. But hey, at least immigration's not as bad. So we'll take that to the bank.
And so the question becomes, who gets to run it after? Who gets the machinery when the president exits the scene? And there are a lot of people in Washington, maybe even in this room, who aren't quite sure what they want, but they know they don't want J.D. Vance. Okay? And so the attack, and you heard it from the stage tonight, there's someone here who's a very bad man, and he's friends with J.D. Vance. Could be me. I am sad about being used in a proxy war over politics in which I'm not involved in any level. I'm not an advisor to anybody.
Ben Shapiro better be careful, because if Ben Shapiro doesn't like J.D. Vance, all that's going to happen, Ben Shapiro, is you talking shit about J.D. Vance is going to make people like me go, maybe J.D. Vance isn't that bad. If Ben Shapiro doesn't like him, maybe I should give him a shot. The best thing you could do for JD Vance to be sabotage Ben Shapiro is to come out and support him. If Ben Shapiro supported JD Vance, that'd probably be it. That'd probably be it for his career right there. I know I would be like, oh, wait a minute. Ben Shapiro supports JD Vance? Okay. I'm going to sit this one out.
I just think I should say that out loud, okay? There are people who are mad at JD Vance, and they're stirring up a lot of this in order to make sure he doesn't get the nomination. So this is true. So this raises the obvious question, which is, why are they mad at JD Vance? Such a nice guy, which he is. They're mad at JD Vance because he is the one person, and things could change, of course, but right now, who really kind of buys the core idea of the Trump coalition. Now, what is that idea? Ladies and gentlemen, anyone know? Anyone know? America first. It's America first.
Nick's watching this right now going, fuck. How dare you can't say America first. That's my thing, asshole.
It's really simple.
He's still in my thing.
Which I notice some people are pretty anxious to retire that phrase. Remember when they told us? That's a bigoted phrase. Really? It is. And then they just...
Yeah, because you're not allowed to put your country first. No, I mean, how dare you want to put your country first like every country should want to do? How dare you? So yeah, even fucking Jack Posobiec was shitting on Ben Shapiro.
The focus here, ladies and gentlemen, is very simple. We are not going to play these games of division. We're not going to play these games of canceling and deplatforming. There is a place for debate. It's called freedom of speech. Charlie Kirk died for freedom of speech in this country. We're not doing that. The focus here, ladies and gentlemen.
So yeah, Jack, I mean, it's nice to see everybody coming out against fucking Ben. And then Candace Owens had to outshine everybody. And yeah, she went for it. And it's being called very anti-Semitic, the things she brought up, because she brought up like the Talmud and how like the Jews view non-Jews. And it's, I don't know, to me it's like Ben Shapiro is such a shitty fucking person that you can destroy him without ever even mentioning that he's a Jew. Because once you mention somebody's a Jew, and that's part of your takedown is that he's Jewish and Jewish this, Jewish that, then they can fucking just go, oh, she's just anti-Semitic. She just hates me because I'm Jewish. And the best tactic is to destroy them without bringing up stupid shit like, oh, he's Jewish. Oh, he's this, he's that. Not like, you don't need any of that to destroy Ben.
I am done with it. This one is so fully off of the mother effing plantation. Truly, Ben Shapiro, fuck you and the midget horse that you rode in on. And I say that on behalf of the world. I know you're going to get applauded by Konstantin Kisin and Andrew Christ is King Clavin and all of the people, the men who have to keep applauding what you do like you're a 4-year-old to make you feel good. But the rest of the world can't stand you. You're obnoxious. You have absolutely no values that exist outside of the Talmud. You describe yourself as a Talmudic Jew. And I've learned what's in that Talmud, and I encourage other people at home to learn what is in that Talmud so that you know what Ben thinks of you, because he doesn't just hate me.
Apparently, that's not the right book to be showing people.
At home to learn what is in that.
I saw Yashar Ali. He's a journalist who he's been on my beat. So I've been following like all of his shit because he's like talking about all the things I've been covering. And yeah, apparently this is very problematic book. Full of lies and mistruths, and it's just very anti-Semitic. So I would not recommend that book at all.
Talmud that you know what Ben
No,
thinks
thank
of
you. It will not be on Pink Trip's book list for Christmas, okay?
He doesn't just hate me, he hates you too, white men. He hates all black people, okay? If he's following the rules of the Talmud, I mean, when I say hates, they think that we're animals, that they have a right to own us, that they have a right to make us worship them, that they have a right to lie to us, that they have a right to sue us and take everything that we have, that they have a right to deceive us.
Crazy, because I saw so many fucking people get banned off of YouTube for this type of shit. It's weird 2025, ain't it? Like, this is the shit like you would last a week or two and you'd be off YouTube talking like this. Now, I guess because it's a black lady? I don't know. I don't know what the difference is here, but Candace can do it, and not only not get removed, but just get fucking promoted to everybody and have the biggest. What a world it is, man. 2025 shit is so different, dude.
That they have a right to treat Charlie the way that he treated Charlie while he was alive, only to then try to defraud the population into thinking that he is somehow a part of his legacy, that he somehow cared about Charlie Kirk and cares to protect the people that are working at Turning Point USA.
People ask this all the time. Pink, why are you constantly focusing on idiots like Candace, Ben, Tucker, Fuentes? I don't know, man. This is the fucking world we're in right now. I'm not focusing on them. The internet is. This is like the things people are talking about. And I, like everybody else on the internet, are following this. And I do find it kind of fascinating and fun to follow. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Why is everybody else focused on it?
Goodbye, Ben. Goodbye. The question is, how much more money is Ben Shapiro going to spend to make people think that he's popular?
See, I've been telling dude, this came out a long time ago. The amount of money that Ben Shapiro spends on ads. I saw like I forgot who did it, but it came out like how much he was spending per month on Facebook ads. And it was like millions of dollars, dude. Millions of dollars. And then it made sense to me. It's like, oh, when I started making really good money on Facebook and they kicked me out, maybe I should have fucking turned around and just gave most of that money back to Facebook and be like, okay, obviously 10 grand a month, I don't need 10 grand. So I'll take 4 grand. I'll take 6 of that 10 grand and give it back to Facebook for ads. And then I probably never would have been banned. And then Facebook would have been like, oh, you're one of our top accounts. And it would have promoted me all over the place. That's what Ben did. And it worked out real well. Because I remember, I don't know if this is still the case because I barely use Facebook, but there was a point where Daily Wire Ben clips were just always fed to you on Facebook.
How many more articles is his father going to write under a pen name, Hank Berrien of the Daily Wire, under the pen name Hank Berrien, as he wrote while Ben was at Breitbart, before he turned his back and betrayed them too, because that is his nature. He's one of these belly creatures, sliver on. The question is, how many more weeks and years do we have to keep pretending like Ben Shapiro is relevant? It's an open-ended question. Of course, what followed Ben Shapiro on stage is somebody who...
You can't get away from him. We try to get away from him. He's just going to spend another $1 million in ads. He's going to be right in front of everybody. You can't get away. When you have millions of dollars to throw at ads, you're just not going to get away from Ben. No matter what you do, he's going to find you.
Charlie Kirk loved very much, and who he fought for to the very end against the Jewish donors who were pressuring him, some of them because Ben Shapiro insisted that they do. That is Charlie Kirk's true legacy, and that is Charlie Kirk's true friend, just as I was and am and will continue to fight and ask questions about who killed Charlie Kirk.
According to Tim Pool, and I mean, take it for what you want, but he seems to really trust his sources. There's evidence of Candace Owens admitting that she hated Charlie Kirk before he died. I wonder if that's going to come out. Because that's going to be that's going to be interesting if it turns out actually before Charlie Kirk died, she had a falling out with Charlie and actually was really pissed off at him. But she really has done a good job of just like sucking up the Charlie Kirk momentum, dude. She just like took it all in. Boom, Charlie Kirk's dead. Everybody's talking Charlie Kirk. And then Candace comes in and just like a vacuum, just, ooh, it's all mine now. I will take all of the audience and make it into a murder mystery. She's done a good job. I got to give her credit.
And to people that are at home, I implore you to wake up to these people who believe that they are contract lords. I challenge Black Americans to wake up to your true history, because your quarrel is not with white men, okay? Wake up to who publishes these books and keeps us warring with one another. Christians versus Christians, right? Christians versus Muslims. Wake up and learn the true history of slavery, because that wasn't exactly a white men sport, okay? Jewish people were the...
Ooh, she's gonna get all the African Americans. I don't know. I mean, I was gonna say blacks, but apparently saying blacks is insensitive and kind of racist. I don't know why. I mean, that's fucking weird. But yeah, she's gonna rally them, bro. She's gonna rally them, dude. Might be a good time. I don't know, dude. I don't know, man. Look out. Look out.
The ones that were
Because they're, I mean, you're already kind of seeing it in the black community. Like they're already kind of really sussed out with the Jews. Candace gonna start a race war, bro.
us. Jewish people were in control of the slave trade. They've buried a lot of it, but it's there and you can find it. I think all of us need to wake up to this because it's making me absolutely sick that he is so bold that he dare sit near Charlie Kirk's chair, that he dare grace that stage when Charlie Kirk knew exactly what Ben Shapiro was and will always be. So again, on your belly, Ben Shapiro.
I think she's calling him a snake. Yeah, Ben Shapiro's definitely a snake. He's definitely a conniving little weasel. No doubt about that, bro. No doubt about that. The funny thing is, like our black Americans, maybe that's the safer way to say it, black Americans, are they going to be honest? To me, Jews are really just kind of white, you know. I don't think blacks are going to make a distinguishment. They're just going to be like, well, what does it matter? Jews are white too. So, I mean, look at their skin. They're white. Bannon holds nothing back on Ben Shapiro. So even, I'm telling you, everybody is attacking Ben Shapiro. It's that time of year, guys. It's Christmas when everybody gathers around the Christmas tree and talks about how much they hate Ben Shapiro.
Now, Benji Shapiro sat up here last night and he was all, it's all about the truth. Ben, I've known you a long time, brother. You can't handle the truth. Let's face it, Ben Shapiro is the farthest thing from MAGA. Let's be blunt. He is a hardcore never-Trumper. He's a hardcore never-Trumper. In the spring of 16, he tried to upend Breitbart. He walked off the job, made a big deal about some incident in Mar-a-Lago with Corey Lewandowski. He tried to turn it to Ted Cruz from Donald Trump because he hated Donald Trump.
Yeah, he was part of the neocon movement, man. I mean, if you guys don't have a memory, what Trump had to do to take over the Republican Party was he had to destroy the neocons. And he did. My God, it was beautiful in 2015 when he was debating against Jeb Bush and calling out the Iraq war and calling out all the fucking bullshit with Bush, calling out the lies. Like, that was beautiful. But apparently he didn't mean any of it. That was all just campaign rhetoric.
In the general election, he barely supported Donald Trump. The first sign of when President Trump gets sent back to Mar-a-Lago, the very first individual that jumped on the Ron DeSantis train, the Israel First train, was Ben Shapiro. And those are the darkest days we had. In 21 and 22, you guys were there. He's consistently been against Trump, and now that President Trump doesn't back the Greater Israel Project. What is Greater Israel? It's not about Israel itself. It's about an expansionist Israel, an imperial Israel that Netanyahu and that crowd have thought up. And the Israel First crowd is Ben Shapiro, Tel Aviv Mark Levin, and many others that want to put that ahead of America's interests.
I'm glad we're having this debate. And it needs to be about America first. It really does. Like, I think America first is what's going to have the momentum going into the next election cycle. So, I don't know. It's going to be a war, man. The neocons are not going away. We're going to have the same battle Trump had in 2015. And we got to fucking defeat him, dude. We got to defeat him. As bad as a Jeb Bush would have been. I mean, Jeb Bush, we'd probably already be in Iran by now. We'd be in another regime change. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, everybody's fucking going after him. Here's Alex. Alex Jones challenges Ben Shapiro to a live debate. We got Ben. Look at Ben and his weak little muscles. His weak little muscles. Let's hear Alex.
Ben Shapiro.
I gotta turn this down. Volumes going up and down, up and down.
I challenge you to a debate. I challenge you anywhere, anytime, any place, as long as there is a neutral moderator. And we don't even need a moderator. We can just go at it. Like the Lincoln Douglas debate, I'll go 10 hours with you, sonny boy. In fact, no moderator needed. Let's just get up here at a podium and let's just start going after it. and I'm going to eat you alive. And you know what? I predict that Ben Shapiro won't take this challenge.
Yeah, no shit. Of course he won't. Ben will just debate like 17-year-old fucking kids, dude. Like dumb kids in fucking college. Like, good job, Ben. Good job. You destroyed a fucking child with your facts and fucking... Yeah, I mean, he's never going to step into the ring with anybody like Alex Jones or Nick Fuentes or even Tucker. I don't think he'll even step in the ring with Tucker anymore. But I think there might be a point where he has no choice. You know, if come the next couple years, his movement's not doing well, the neocon side of the right is kind of falling off, they might be forced to all of a sudden have the tough debates against the evil people that we're not allowed to platform, and they're probably going to get destroyed. That'd be my prediction.
And if it gets raised to him, because I'm going to start beating the drum on this, if he doesn't do it, and I know he won't, he'll say, oh, I'm not going to give him attention. I'm not going to platform him. I'm not going to elevate him. Son, I had a bigger audience than you've ever.
What's up, Rabbits?
Rabbits super chatted $10. I
Ever
prefer
had
a boxing match at this point.
I'll take both, bro. I'd say we have a good old-fashioned debate, and then we end it with a boxing match. Okay, so we see who wins intellectually, and then who wins physically. The problem is, Ben, I mean, nobody's going to be in his weight class. He's a tiny little man. You're going to have to find like a child to be in Ben Shapiro's weight class. So it's, I mean, look, you gotta be fair, and it's not going to be fair to Ben unless you get a 130-pound child to fight him, because Alex would throw him around like he was a toddler, dude. Alex is so much bigger than Ben. It would be fun to watch, though, man. I would love to watch Alex Jones. We're going to need AI to make that happen. I don't think we're going to get to see that in real life.
Elevate him. Son,
Thank you,
I had a
Rabbits. Hope you're
bigger
doing good,
audience
brother.
than you've ever had when you were in junior high. I have had the biggest, hands down, English-speaking program in the world for at least 2 years, 2016, 2017. I am always in the...
And then what happened in 2018? Weird. Oh, that's right. They banned him off everything.
top 5 English-speaking broadcasters in the world. If you look at all the different numbers. You have never been bigger than me.
Which, by the way, Ben was one of these guys on the right who was basically happy that Alex got banned. He was one of the ones pushing the rhetoric. Remember when Kanye was first getting political? Kanye was going to go on Alex Jones' show. This was like 2017, I think. And Ben was like, no, you can't go on there. No, you can't fringe yourself out by talking to Alex Jones. You need to come talk to me. And yeah, Ben was like one of these guys. Have you ever heard of Ben defending somebody who got banned off the internet? I literally defend everybody, even people I fucking don't like and I think are terrible. I'm like, they still should have a voice. It's better that they have a voice and they be out in the sunlight and everybody can debate the things that people say, because then, you know, they'll get less power than when you push them behind the scenes and like nobody can actually, like, it's honestly like the best way to kill a terrible idea is to just be like, okay, come up and let's talk in front of everybody. But I've never seen Ben defend anybody's fucking freedom of speech. I've only seen Ben fucking talk shit about, you shouldn't platform this guy. You shouldn't platform that guy. You sound a lot like a fucking leftist piece of shit, to be honest.
That's why we have to talk about our problems in order to find the solutions. That's what politics was supposed to be about, after all, finding solutions to our common problems. If we speak endlessly about the problems we face, without ever positing a solution other than wrecking the system or centralizing power in a cult-like figure, we are not finding solutions. We are merely making problems worse. Just asking questions, positing vague conspiracies, raving like Alex.
I'm not sure what you mean. Axis says pink trip laugh out loud. Nah, you're happy when bad people get banned. What is it? What are we defining bad people? Did you break the law? Are you calling for violence against people? Or like, if you're somebody that's calling for violence on people on the internet and like there's that line. It's legal speech. If you're just saying unpopular things or things that hurt people's feelings, I don't give a fuck. You should have a right to speak. You should even have a right to be monetized for whatever advertiser wants to fucking advertise on your shit. But if you're breaking the law, I mean, it's where Elon had it right at the beginning with X, and then he fell back on it because I guess, I don't know, too much pressure from who knows who. But yeah, it should be basically the same protection of speech forms should be protected by Section 230 so that they don't get sued, and we should be allowed to say whatever the fuck we want without being banned. We need to get that shit enshrined, man. You know, Congress is never going to do anything, but we do need freedom of speech to be enshrined on the internet, especially on platforms. Like if you want to decide you're a publisher, that's different, right? But if you're a platform, you're a Facebook, you're a YouTube, whatever, you need to be treated like a town square.
Jones about the secret confederacies that control your life. None of it makes your life better. None of it. In fact, it makes your life markedly worse. That's because if you truly come to believe that nothing in your life is in your control, you can't even take control of your own life. You despair of your ability to change your own circumstances, and then you fail. And you must not fail.
You don't have intellectual depth. You don't have deep understanding. You read a bunch of talking points you're fed, you go spew them out of your mouth, and everybody goes, oh, what a smart young man. And you're the gatekeeper, Shapiro. You're what the establishment never censored. You're what the globalists thought was okay to have out there, to have a fake conservative. You are the establishment, Shapiro. You're a wannabe Hollywood idiot. You guys wasting hundreds of millions of dollars trying to make movies so you can be movie stars. Hollywood's been dead for decades. It's over, fool. Try to make your new little Hollywoods so you can all act like you're movie executives. You're an idiot. You have no vision. You're a husk. Is that a rant? Yeah, and it's all true, too. And it's teleprompter free, sweetie pie.
Alex is cooking, bro. I wonder if it's going to be as good as the last time. His old shit on Alex. Ben Shapiro, the unstoppable force with the 10,000 IQ. Oh, man. I had to delete that video. It's so sad that my original Alex Jones versus Ben Shapiro, I had to delete it. Oh, YouTube trying to act like my fucking transformative edits, because they're using clips from Alex Jones's show, all of a sudden I'm just platforming content that's been banned. It's really weird. It's really weird. Can't even make a fucking funny transformative edit. But apparently I can react to it on a live stream and add commentary. For now, until this becomes a problem, they start removing these. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows what YouTube's going to do?
I'm not a talk show host, as all of you know, that gets in these beefs and these dramas and these soap operas. I'm about the issues. I'm about the policies. I'm about the ideas.
I don't have to re-upload them. They're already on Odyssey, Axa. Everything's... All my old stuff is backed up on Odyssey. Just search my name at Pinktrip, PINGTR1P. Click on my channel name, go to videos, and you scroll back. You'll see all the shit that I removed from YouTube on Odyssey. On BitChute, too, although there were periods where BitChute was not ghosting my content correctly, so I don't know if some things were missed out, but Odyssey should have all of my old shit.
But Ben Shapiro, for over a decade, has sniped at me and attacked me and lied about me and misrepresented what I stand for, and he just continues to do it. Oh, Alex Jones is ranting and raving. Alex Jones is talking about shadowy confederations and, won't ever tell you, who it is running things. My whole broadcast for 31 years is about explaining the different power blocks and how the systems work and how they operate. And that's what my reporters do. It's what we all do, and we bring the receipts. Like the UN with the WEF and BlackRock trying to pass the global pandemic treaty to be able to lock us all down, give us 4 shots. I was right that the shots would erase your immune system. I was right it would cause mass death. Ben Shapiro said, dummies, that's the quote, just take it. You can't spread the virus, and you can't get sick. He put out the same talking point as Rachel Maddow and all of them. He was an ever-Trumper when all the censorship started against me. Intensely 9 years ago, and we got the platform 6 years ago. He said, well, they're free platforms. It's their business. They can take him off. Though under the law, they're utilities, and they're not supposed to censor.
I thought they had to be designated by the government as a utility. I mean, yeah, they could already fit the criteria. So maybe if they already fit the criteria, then they already are a utility, and it has to be maybe the right court case. I don't know, but make them a utility might also be the answer, Because it's like what we used to do with landlines back in the day. Landlines couldn't deny you to use their phones, dude. It was just too important. Everybody had the right to have access to a landline. Didn't matter if you fucking murdered somebody. Once you got out, you got a house, you could get a landline. It needs to be the same thing. It needs to be kind of a right,
Only take stuff down that's illegal, that violates the law.
If you guys don't know what I mean by landline, it's the old telephones. Before cell phones, we used to have regular ass phones that had lines that would go to the telephone pole, et cetera, et cetera.
So he joins the ADL, Southern Poverty Law Center, all of them supporting myself and many of you being silenced. And they didn't support President Trump on January 6th. They didn't expose the Fedsurrection. Ben Shapiro is an Israel.
At Andrew Wilson 803 super chatted $2, never realized how wild Alex hand-to-head ratio is.
What are his hands too small for the size of his head? Is that what you're saying? How about me? You know, people trying to talk shit say I'm not 5'10". I am. Okay, with my hair, I'm 5'10". You know, all I got to do is just like really spy.
Is in Israel first. As far as I'm concerned, he ought to be a colonel in the IDF. I don't hate Israel. I don't have a hard-on for Israel. I don't make up stuff about Israel. I got a lot of issues with Israel, and there are different governments that come and go. And I got big issues with the UK, like I just did last segment, Keir Starmer, and big issues with Communist China, and big issues with MERS in Germany, because they're trying to control us over here. They're trying to get involved in our business. Trump just killed a $41 billion tech deal with the UK over the online censorship laws they're trying to project into America. That doesn't mean Trump hates.
We got to put pressure on Britain, dude, and Germany, all these other fucking countries, because everything's so interconnected now. I think we need to fucking put sanctions on Britain until they fucking start. Till they stop fucking over their citizens for their speech, dudes. How about, what do you guys think? Sanctions on Britain? Let's do it.
People that are Scottish or Irish or English? Me neither. But we do hate Keir Starmer, who we now know Hillary went years ago and asked the Labor Party to then file complaints against the Republican Party and Trump and his supporters to get the EU to start censoring us. So it's the same thing. And now you got Netanyahu saying, what, a month ago, there's an 8-front war now. America is the 8th front. We've got to get in there. We've got to silence these people that are anti-Semites, blah, blah, blah. And sure, some of those people saying things that aren't true or whatever. It doesn't matter. You can't take their speech away, or then everybody loses it. So no, keep your hands.
What happened to Jordan Peterson, dude? Is he sick again or something? I haven't heard any updates in a while, but he's kind of not doing anything, right? Look, Jordan Peterson, I think he's a smart guy. I had a lot of disagreements with him when he started coming out about the anonymous troll demons on the internet. We need to get rid of them. Like, I don't know if Ben Shapiro was in his ear or what, but let's pray for Jordan Peterson that his health recovers. I don't know what's going on. I need to check in on Jordan. By the way, Liver King's back. We might do some watch. If we have time, we might get into that. Maybe tomorrow we'll get into the return of the Liver King.
Off of our free speech, Netanyahu. And that goes for you. Now, to Shapiro, now he's like, oh, I'm free speech. Yeah, I'm against all this deplatforming because it failed to shut down all his competition. People woke up to it, so it's very unpopular to go along with the censorship. But back when he was one of the only people that wasn't getting censored.
At McCoat super chatted $1.99. We want our tea back, USA emoji.
Yeah, to have some level of freedom of speech that comes close to what we have. You know, it doesn't have to be exactly what we have, but it shouldn't be like what's going on right now in Britain. Like, that's just, we need to like condemn that and just let it be known that, yeah, we have a problem, Britain. I don't think we can be allies with an authoritarian regime that's locking up their own citizens for saying naughty words, okay? That's the problem.
Because he was a neocon, he supported it. Because it directly shut down and censored and debanked not just people that have problems with Israel or question Israel or outright hate Israel, but just people that weren't even involved in that. Because in general, he thinks, well, they're censoring all them, and I'm part of the establishment, and I'm left there. I'll have a bigger audience. And during all that censorship, that's when he got really big, because he was the only thing you could have access to. So he's...
Yeah, and the millions of dollars of ads he spent, too. Remember all the... remember when Ben Shapiro... I remember very well. When Ben Shapiro started getting popular, it was all those Ben Shapiro destroys, and then it was a bunch of memes of Ben, like... destroying some college kid, and then the fucking the glasses would go over, and then like some Snoop Dogg music would start playing or whatever. I remember it. That's what blew up Ben. A bunch of clips of him destroying college kids.
Little monster. And he denounced Tucker there as well. Well, his audience is tiny now. His company, despite billions in backing by big Texas oil tycoons that are Zionist, he's a joke. And I like the fact that America Fest, TPUSA, had Tucker up there saying what he wanted to say, and Shapiro. Great, have them both. But here's the announcement. Ben Shapiro, I challenge you to a debate. I challenge you anywhere, anytime, any place, as long as there is a neutral moderator.
Yeah, Thug Life. That's right, Mr. Codyman. This is the Ben Shapiro Thug Life compilations.
And we don't even need a moderator. We can just go at it. Like the Lincoln Douglas debate, I'll go 10 hours with you, sonny boy. In fact, no moderator needed. Let's just get up here at a podium and let's just start going after it. And I'm going to eat you alive. And you know what? I predict that Ben Shapiro won't take this challenge. And if it gets raised to him, because I'm going to start beating the drum on this, if he doesn't do it, and I know he won't, he'll say, oh, I'm not going to give him attention. I'm not going to platform him. I'm not going to elevate him. Sir, in junior high, I have had the biggest hands-down English-speaking program in the world for at least 2 years, 2016, 2017. I am always in the top 5 English-speaking broadcasters in the world, if you look at all the different numbers. You have never been bigger than me. So I don't want to hear that. It's not about who's bigger. It's just that I've heard what you said about me and others before, other similar crap. Mark Levin wouldn't debate Tucker Carlson saying, my show's bigger and I'm not going to legitimize you.
That's total bullshit. Mark Levin's show doesn't do, I don't know, the numbers I see are not very impressive.
And then said, how dare you threaten my son-in-law? Better not see you in person. Said nothing about your son-in-law. Just made it up. So just keep lying, keep spewing your garbage, keep it up, Shapiro. But I challenge you to a debate. Let's go.
Dude, like in the old days, man, if somebody challenged you to something and you fucking didn't man up to the challenge, like even a duel, like someone challenged you to a duel, like not even a debate, like a fucking duel where you might get murdered, and you refuse to accept that challenge and back down, like your honor was gone, dude. No one fucking respected you. But now you can talk all kinds of shit, Ben, and then a simple request to have a debate, and you're just like, I'll never debate him. You're a coward, bro. You have no honor. You have no honor, sir. Where is your honor, Ben?
You talk fast. You look forward and kind of bug your eyes out. And we're supposed to be blown away by your incredible intelligence. On a scale of 1 to 10 as a debater, Shapiro's about a 5. He's got talking points. And he talks fast. I'm just going to hit you with your record. And that's why you won't do it. How much money you want to bet that Ben, Mr. Know-It-All Shapiro...
I know this pissed off Alex because Ben came down to Texas and he dressed like a Texan and was like trying to get Texas money. I remember this. They had a fallen out over this before.
At McCoth super chatted $1.99. Terrence Howard would never deny a duel.
Terrence Howard, bro, I'm telling you, like he might not know what 1 times 1 is. Or no, yeah, it's 1 times 1, right? But yeah, that dude, he's got honor. Okay, he's got honor, and he would never not show up for a duel. Ben, on the other hand, no honor, bro. He's a yellow belly fucking coward, bro. You yellow belly.
Will never debate me. Because everything I just said about him is true, and he did. Everything he says about me is a crock of lies. America Fest, and again, he said more too, but we can analyze each little piece of this. Oh, Jones is talking about nebulous groups. Really? I'm about to play a clip of Klaus Schwab saying he's finally resurfaced that they're afraid of an uprising against the globalists. The globalists call themselves globalists. We have open world government, open BlackRock, open ESGs, open UN treaties, all of this stuff's going on. We have the EU attacking Elon Musk, 140 million euro fines, Trump having to battle, and you're saying, oh no, there's no globalism, there's no special interest, there's no nothing. I mean, I guess next he'll tell us there's no such thing as an Israel lobby. I mean, to name names on that, AIPAC? All those groups, what, that doesn't exist? No, he doesn't want a populist American people group that stands up as just citizens, as our own citizen union, through free association to demand our liberties and our freedoms and to stand for ourselves. That's what it's all about. So he calls everybody Hitler or a Nazi. And they cherry pick certain people or groups and then project it onto everybody that didn't Ben Shapiro. And he says in this clip, basically, you get your news from me, you listen to me. And that's the new talking point. Oh, these people are making you pessimistic. These people don't have solutions. These people, oh, like take the shot or don't vote for Trump. Here's Ben Shapiro.
We have a duty to propose solutions. That's why we have to talk about our problems in order to find the solutions. That's what politics was supposed to be about, after all, finding solutions to our common problems. If we speak endlessly about the problems we face, without ever positing a solution other than wrecking the system or centralizing power in a cult-like figure, we are not finding solutions. We are merely making problems worse. Just asking questions, positing vague conspiracies, raving like Alex Jones about the secret confederacies that control your life, none of it makes your life better. None of it.
See, like, if you're going to go talk shit about somebody on a stage, you should be willing to debate them. Like, if you're going to, like, say their name and constantly rally against them, then you have no honor if you're not willing to debate that person. It's cowardly, bro. It's very cowardly.
In fact, it makes your life markedly worse. That's because if you truly come to believe that nothing in your life is in your control, you can't even take control of your own life. You just...
Yeah, we watched this one earlier. We'll skip. I'll save you having to listen to Ben.
Alex Jones doesn't give you solutions. Total lie. Alex Jones doesn't bring receipts. Total lie. And you will fail if you listen to him.
Yeah, do your solutions go through our corrupt fucking establishment, our corrupt government that never actually fixes anything? Yeah, maybe we do need to burn some shit down. Not literally, but, you know, the corrupt system needs to fall, Ben, for us to actually get any fucking solutions. Otherwise, it's all just talk. It's always just good talk. It's like, oh yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to look after your interests and the world's going to get better and the economy's going to be great. And then it's same old shit every fucking time.
Don't fail.
So what's your solution, Ben? My solution is we got to destroy the corruption within our government. Anything less than that, nothing's going to get done.
You're not a failure, are you? Well, then don't listen to him because you'll actually hear what he has to say. Vague conspiracy theories. No, I don't just criticize what's going on. I expose it. Just like we just got that bill passed to ban the transgenderism. Now we got to get through the Senate, just like Kennedy is bringing forward regulations that ban it. I said we got to get Kennedy in to do it, and we're doing it. What are you talking about? All I do is talk about solutions like, hey, silver and gold, all the market evidence shows is going to go up 100, 200% in the next few years. Now's the time to get in. Didn't tell you to get in the last 14 years because I told you to get out at the top. And then you got in. Boy, is that not a solution? Is that not nailing it? Is that not bringing receipts? Shapiro, it's all I do, son. You don't have intellectual depth. You don't have deep understanding. You read a bunch of talking points you're fed. You go spew them out of your mouth. And everybody goes, oh, what a smart young man. Here's a clip of me 23 years ago. This is a random clip off my local TV show describing what was coming. Did they not bring this? Did they not try this? Oh. This isn't just accurately saying what's happening now. This is telling you what's coming in decades with precision, Shapiro, and all of it's evergreen. Go to it.
Yes, there have been oligarchies throughout history, and yes,
all right, we'll move on. I think it's probably not going to be much after this because usually the last 5 minutes is all ads and shit. But yeah, Alex is still trying really hard to get Ben to sit down and do an interview, do a debate with them, but I don't think it's happening. Here's the clip from Candace Owens' show, and this is the guy who's I don't know, he's a kind of a shady character.
With those,
there's a kind of crazy backstory apparently, like. I don't know. It's hard to believe people that are even people like Evan Kilgore, who every time I see him, he's like praising Candace Owens. Like even he's going, I don't trust this guy because they're looking into it and things aren't adding up. But this guy claims he's the one that claims to have stumbled upon a high-level military meeting where they were planning the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and Erica Kirk was there, and all these people connected to Charlie were there. But this might be the one that destroys Candace's credibility because I think people are starting to figure out that this guy is a liar. Maybe this is the guy that's trolling her the whole time too. Maybe this is the guy like he's just his whole life he's like dedicated to trolling Candace and just sending her shitty tips and I don't know. But yeah, let's hear it out. I thought she was going to be done doing the calling Erica Kirk fucking insinuating that Erica Kirk had something to do with Charlie, but now she's airing this shady character who's claiming that Erica Kirk was literally in a meeting with the military planning the death of Charlie Kirk. Okay. I think what happened was she was going to fucking flip and pull back a little bit, and then her audience attacked her, and now she's like, well, I guess I gotta fucking go, balls to the wall and commit 100% to this now. Otherwise, my audience is going to turn on me.
With those eyes. That was that person. They were there. And, yeah, the head of security there, he was one of the people walking out with the congressman. Now, how would I know that? I just have a gift for recognizing people. And yeah, maybe it's not him. Maybe he has doppelganger, but somebody with the same mannerisms, the same crick in his neck, face, the waxy look on his face, hand gestures, shoulder shrug, gait, approximate height, haircut, definitely walked past me. And
if
in
you
the
had
hotel,
to put it at a percent.
Just a heads up, Western Intelligence. I think you got your messages removed for spamming. I can't see what you wrote, but just be careful of spamming, Western Intelligence. Try not to spam because that's the only thing that will really get. Well, I mean, there are other things that'll get your comment removed, but try not to spam.
Percentage that you were looking at Brian Harpole. Maybe he's got a brother in the military. Who knows, right? Maybe he does have a doppelganger. He's got a twin brother. Who knows? And I want to be clear. I can confirm on this podcast live every step of your story in terms of where you went, what time you were there, that there was this big meeting that happened. I confirmed the location with other people that are on Fort Huachuca currently. I can confirm everything with metadata. I obviously can't confirm that you saw who you say you saw. If you had to put it at a percentage that you saw Brian Harpole, what percentage would you put it at?
95.
95%. Okay.
95 to 99. I mean, when I saw him, on the interview with his face and gestures, with that photo, it struck me in my gut. I blew it off until there was, some other pictures that came up with other people.
What other people? Other pictures?
If you want me to say, there's a picture of Erica Kirk with a ponytail, and from her past. That person matches who I saw at Fort Huachuca in the lobby the night before, and she was with that man in the lobby.
So poor Erica went and had a meeting with fucking Candace to try to calm her down, and then what does she get now? Oh, let's bring this guy on that's going to confirm that she was plotting to kill Charlie Kirk with the military and this. I don't know, dude. Look, hey, maybe this guy really did stumble onto a fucking giant conspiracy where the government is planning to take out Charlie Kirk, or maybe he's full of shit. I know where I would bet at this point. I would bet on the being full of shit part.
And that man, he was present at that meeting.
But I could be wrong.
The next morning.
If you had to put it at a percentage that you saw that the girl in the ponytail matches the description of Erica Kirk, what percentage would you put that at?
Those are really rare eyes. That's 95 to 99%. I can't imagine somebody else.
Okay. So what I'm going to say, because obviously that's very explosive, and it's one of the reasons why I wasn't sure if I wanted to have you on. I'm going to be honest with you, because I guess I'll tell you the conflict that I had and just be just as honest with you as you are being with me. The first thing was, I can't confirm it, right? I can confirm where you were. I can do all of that. But I can't confirm what you think you saw. I don't know you. I don't know. There are people like my husband who he can see someone once and he recognizes that person 10 years later. Exactly.
I don't know you. A lot of people are claiming this is her way to keep insinuating, but without being legally responsible, because she's just hosting this guy and this guy's telling his story and she's not co-signing it. I don't know, man. But she's obviously getting down to the bottom of this, guys.
Where we saw them, and they're people like me, and I kind of have facial blindness until I meet someone 3 times. The second thing was, I didn't want people to wrongly extrapolate things and say, okay, well, maybe she was on the base. Maybe there's a chance she wasn't on the base, right?
I think it's been pretty confirmed at this point, because at the time, the reason she wasn't there when Charlie Kirk was killed is because her mother had just had a surgery or something. And there's Instagram posts where she's like with her mom. So she was just with her mom as her mom was recovering. And I have a feeling this is going to be the one that makes her look the dumbest. Because I have a feeling this guy's going to be completely debunked. And it's going to be revealed this guy's just talking shit, wants attention. I don't know what his motive is, but he's a weird looking fucking dude. And this might be the one thing that really fucking destroys her credibility. We'll see. I mean, if he ends up being right, then yeah, Candy, you deserve the Pulitzer Prize. And yeah, all the respect in the world, but I just don't think that's going to happen.
She has a doppelganger. People do have doppelgangers. I have doppelgangers, right? But let's say she was in the base. Let's say you're right. And you saw her. This is the night before. This is on the 8th. And maybe she was in the hotel, but maybe she was there for a different reason. Maybe she was there because she's always been open about the fact that her mother moved to Arizona because she got involved with the military. So that could be totally unrelated to the meeting that took place on the 9th. And I didn't want to, but then I said to myself, this man has lived through so much. You know what I mean? This man has lived through so much. And I would be turning my back on this really a hero for discovering the cartels, who's lived through so much and has been treated like the government. And then I struggled with my own soul going, I'm turning my back on him because I'm afraid of backlash for allowing him to tell the truth. And my soul was in conflict. And I decided that, you know what, this is not my platform. Okay. I genuinely believe this is God's platform.
What? Oh man, I don't know. It's just it's ridiculous.
Conduit. I don't know why I have a platform, and I don't know why you have this luck in life. I really don't.
So yeah, this guy apparently had to change his name and go into hiding and like witness protection or some weird shit. I don't know, but yeah, here's Erica Kirk. I think we got let's skip this one because yeah, this is some of her own people that have been like investigating this. George Webb, I think, is another one who's like behind there was a conspiracy to kill Charlie Kirk. I don't follow George Webb that much, but even he is sounding the alarms here. Be careful, real Candace. Erica was taking care of her mother on September 8th, 9th, and 10th. I don't think your whistleblower saw Erica. Kirk's mother was blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I mean, even George Webb. A lot of people trust George Webb. Evan Kilgore. Based on this guy, I'm telling you, I've been seeing all of Evan Kilgore's messages because I follow him, and he's been 100% behind Candace, and now like this guy seems to be doubting this. Based on everything I'm seeing, it looks like Mitch was a total fraud on Candace Owens' show tonight, and likely straight up lied about who he saw at Fort. There are reports that Mitchell Snow is a fraudster, has domestic violence charges, and has conflicting life stories. I could be wrong, but there are articles and videos where what he's saying just wouldn't add up to what he told Candace about his past. There are a lot of questionable details to this man's life story. This one just doesn't feel right to me based on what I'm seeing so far. Sorry if this disappoints you guys. If I'm proved wrong, I'll admit it, but it's not looking good. So, of course, all of the mommy sleuths started attacking Evan Kilgore, who they loved a moment before because he's doubting this. Retired Staff Sergeant Mitch Snow. Mitch Snow served in the U.S. Army Special Forces as a medic. As a small child, his life's dream was to be a Green Beret. While scouting out a drop zone using his rock climbing training and fell more than 80 feet. He broke both of his ankles, back, neck, kneecaps, feet, medically discharged and devastated to leave the job that he loved. Mitch continues to work hard to regain mobility through intense therapy. But apparently this is just his cover story that the military gave him. I don't know. Obviously people are going to just run with whatever they can to keep the... yeah, and even Candace replies, "This ain't it. Girlfriend, this ain't it." He was factually there. He factually stayed at the hotel. He said he did. Okay, that means he's telling the truth. Because if I'm going to make up a story like that, I'm going to be like, oh, shit. Yeah, I was at this hotel on that day. I can just say I saw this thing and, and then there would be it'd be believable because I'd be like, oh, here's my receipt. I was at this hotel and here's the record. But I guess that makes it all true. He factually stayed at the hotel he said he did. He factually stumbled upon a meeting in the exact building at the exact time he said. We confirmed Captain Neff was also factually there with the exact brigade he mentioned. So what are you disproving here? Try to debunk the facts of what he said happened on 9/8 and 9/9. I don't know. So Candy was so upset by Evan Kilgore doubting this guy's story. She came out and responded, and then all the Candace simps are like, "Oh, I'm sorry, mommy. I'm sorry, Queen Candace. I'm sorry." So yeah, there's a little doubt there. Here's Erica Kirk throwing some shade at Candace at AmFest.
25 countries represented plus Puerto Rico, but I have the list here. Don't worry, guys. Egypt is not on the list. Don't worry about that. But, oh, how funny. I say Egypt and my iPad turns on.
I'm even seeing people on Twitter who are legitimately turning this into a conspiracy now. Like, do you see what happens? Oh my God. Oh my God. But yeah, she had to throw some shade at Candace. I don't blame her, bro. I don't blame her. See, where do we leave off? So this is her attacking. Remember, she was attacking her audience as bots because, she kind of calmed down after the meeting. Her whole audience attacked her and then she called her audience bots. Well, I think the bot swarm worked, Candace, because she's playing right into that fucking crowd again.
An idiot because they've got something for you. Derpy Derp writes, please don't dismiss your supporters as bots. Everyone sees that Erica acts suspicious all the time and you are dismissing that. Why? Mikey's behavior is the most... The audience, the crowd so badly wants her to go after Erica Kirk. That's really... you see it, like the hatred for Erica Kirk is off the fucking charts. And I don't... Look, I get she's a little awkward. I get she's this way. I get that, but why... That doesn't make me hate her because I think she's a little goofy on stage and she comes across a little stiff and rehearsed and, oh, okay, that means she definitely murdered Charlie Kirk and now we have to attack her. It's like, it's crazy. So I think that's why she's going in on Erica Kirk again, because she's getting pressured to do it by her audience. And if she doesn't, then her audience is going to turn on her and call her a sellout. Most damning evidence of all. I have never dismissed, that was not what we were speaking about. I was saying when people... We're being like, she sold out. She took money. That was obviously, it was just being so said over and over again. And it just defied reality of anything that I said yesterday. It was 4.5 hour meeting. I have an hour to just kind of tell you what was said. I am absolutely not dismissing Mikey's behavior. I gave you what was given to me. That's what you wanted. What's their excuse? This is their excuse. I'm being transparent with you and telling you this is what... See, Western Intelligence, don't remove his messages, Buddha. Buddha, I know you're a badass that's very strict, but try not to be too strict, okay? Give people a little leeway, okay? But Western Intelligence, I don't know if you realize this, but like right here, you just typed the same thing twice. I don't know if this is a YouTube glitch, but you type something's up, but it ain't what they're talking about. Something's up, but it ain't what they're talking about. Yeah, just try to space it out a little more, Western. Otherwise, the mods, they might be quick on the trigger. I don't know if you're seeing it, but yeah, you're typing the same thing multiple times, which is technically spamming. So, but we love you, Western. Just calm down. Was given to me. I find it remarkably suspicious that no one has mentioned No one felt fit to mention that it was a three-way call. It makes Blake Neff's story especially weird because he makes it seem like they have this moment. He's got a quivering lip and he looks at him and he says, I have to call Erica. But why would he say that to Blake Neff if he's on the phone with his wife? It actually leads to more questions, right? It leads to more questions. So, and
you guys want questions? I got questions. When Erica took a shit, the log that came out of her ass is very thin and long. Who does that? Who shits thin and long shits? I think she's been eating some sort of special diet to prepare for her next indoctrination into the Illuminati. Why are her shits so long and thin? I don't know. Just asking questions here.
I've heard everything that you guys have
from somebody. Are you trying to disguise yourself by constantly changing your hairstyle every episode? What's that about? Who does that?
About Erica. I have responded to you guys and I've said to you, when Erica tells a lie, I am going to reply to that lie. And that is exactly what happened when she went on her PR blitz and she said that.
Oh, Andrew's got it. That's what it is.
At Andrew Wilson 803 super chatted $2. She's eating kosher.
That's what it is. Yep, that explains it. There we go. Now we know she sold out to Israel for sure. The long, thin fucking turds are evidence. That's all I need.
Charlie didn't text anybody. The first thing I did is I said, that's not right. Everything that is said, that is.
So Western Intelligence, are you just typing that once and for some reason YouTube is doubling your comments? I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, that's weird. Maybe close out and come back or something. That's weird.
Not true.
You're hacked? I don't know if you're hacked, Western Intelligence.
I'm going to hit back.
Probably just a YouTube glitch, bro.
That's just where I'm at.
Everybody pray for Western Intelligence, okay? He needs our prayers. I hope you're not hacked.
So
yeah, our handle, somebody commented the other day, one of the Candy fans, the mommy sleuths, and they were talking shit about me being Steve Bannon's son. And I'm sorry, look, I can't control, who gave birth to me, okay? Look, I'm sorry I'm Steve Bannon's son. I'm sorry that disappoints you. But, I'm my own person, okay? I'm not Steve Bannon, okay? I'm not my father, okay? So stop judging me based on my father, okay?
Keep it honest.
That'd be funny if people actually believed I was Steve Bannon's son. I should run with that. The Epstein files came out today, guys. And this is what we got. Breaking, redacted. It's kind of funny. There's a lot of redactions, but also I was spending like an hour or two just going down the Epstein rabbit hole. And there is actually a lot of shit. I'm finding there's a lot of photos. There's a lot of redacted shit, but there's a lot of shit that's not. Like if you put in let me see. What's let's put in Clinton. Let's see. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of shit. Hard to find everything though, but yeah, when you put in Clinton, you get a bunch of shit. So like everything's not redacted. There's a lot of nudie photos. I mean, Epstein liked to obviously take pictures of naked women. The thing is I mean, it's mostly this. It's mostly just a bunch of blacked out shit. And it's like, what is here that they're blacking it out? And they're supposed to, from my understanding, when they redact something like this, they're supposed to give an explanation as to why they redacted it. It's redacted. I don't know, man. But yeah, a lot of people are very disappointed with this. Because this is what you're getting. And then you get these vacation photos. A lot of vacation photos, lots of vacation photos. I mean, yeah, I guess when you're a billionaire, you go on vacation and take a lot of vacation photos. So there's some interesting stuff in there, but it's just so much to sort through right now. I'm sure people will figure it out, but there is some nasty stuff. There's him holding a baby, and then you're like, oh my God, what's he doing with that baby? I don't ever want to see Epstein with a baby. So yeah. I think we highlighted some of it. Yeah, Liver King. We'll see if we get to that. There are thousands of Epstein files. There are numerous Bill Clinton photos with numerous alleged victims and women. Chris Tucker. Oh, Chris, come on, man. Come on, Chris Tucker. You can't be doing that to us, bro. Michael Jackson, Mick Jagger. Well, I'm not surprised by Mick Jagger. Kevin Spacey, not surprised by Kevin Spacey. And many more VIPs. These are just a few pics and files. I'll be combing through the files and posting them as I go. Here's Bill Clinton taking a photo with Unknown woman. Oh, okay, yeah, this is a video. Let's play it. So I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed because they say they want the files. I think what people really want is they want somebody within government that they trust to actually tell them the story. To be like, okay, this is what happened. Yes, obviously the story has to involve him working for the fucking some sort of intelligence agency. Otherwise, no one's going to believe it. But like, yes, he was working for our FBI and Mossad. Yes, we were using him to blackmail powerful people. And like, just that's what people want. They want to know the story. And from the files, are you going to be able to know the story? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe people will piece it together. But there's old Epstein right there. There's Bill looking very creepy. Very creepy. And I don't know who that is, but it's blacked out. So I'm guessing it's... I mean, who knows? It leads your mind to go, oh, is it an underage child? What are we blacking out here? Is it a naked woman? Who are we blacking out? Ghislaine. More Bill Clinton. I mean, they hung out with Bill Clinton so fucking much, dude. So yeah, I mean, when they black people out, it makes you wonder.
Super chatted $1.99. Chris Tucker was just undercover with Jackie Chan.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to look at it that way. Because, dude, I mean, Chris characters ever in Friday. And, you know, he was funny. He was funny in Rush Hour. I don't know what he's doing hanging out with Epstein, bro. Of all people, Chris fucking Tucker. Oh, there's Kevin Spacey, Bill Clinton. I heard that Epstein actually was the one who, like, got the Clinton Foundation going. Like, he was the founder or the funder of it. Crazy. You know how much money they fucking stole with the Clinton Foundation? Yeah. Kevin Spacey. Oh, no, not you, Tucker. Not you, Chris. Come on, bro. I'll never laugh at you again, Chris. I'll never laugh again. Yeah, so a lot of pictures of Bill with random women. And then we don't know who they are, so a lot of people are just going to assume this must be a minor. Must be. I don't know. And yeah, there's Michael. Michael Jackson, Bill Clinton. People thought this was Oprah Winfrey. They're like, Oprah Winfrey. I don't think that's Oprah Winfrey. And apparently these, see, this is where it gets a little weird because this photo is available without it being blacked out. And this is just Michael Jackson's kids. So, I mean, I guess you can go, why are you taking your kids around Epstein? That's a little weird. But blacking it out makes you just go like, oh, are these kids that is this who they're sex trafficking? Is Michael involved with this? And blah, blah, blah. No, it's Michael Jackson's kids. I don't know. I guess Michael Jackson was like, oh, you want to ride on a plane with the president, or I guess ex-president, maybe the president at this time. I don't know what year this was. I'm assuming this is, the way Michael looks, this is after Bill was out of office. But yeah, you know. Not a good look, Michael. Rest in peace. Chamoy. Mick Jagger. I saw Mick Jagger, like a live performance from like the 60s of him. What's this fucking name of the song? The one where he's talking about like where he's singing like he's Lucifer and like, can you guess my name? Yeah, that one. Pleased to meet you. Can you guess my name? And it was the weirdest video ever. It was so fucking satanic and demonic looking. It's crazy. And then he was like humping. I don't know, man. I'm kind of sussed out by Mick Jagger, to be honest. Old Mick. Who's this guy? I don't even know who that guy is. Oh, no. Tucker. Chris, what are you doing? A couple old fogies. Yeah, we needed that picture. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. Oh, yeah. Is that Adam fucking Sandler, bro? Sandler, that better not be you, Adam. That better not be Adam Sandler. Fat Mike from NoFX was there? Was that Fat Mike from NoFX? Dude, I mean, I don't think that's Adam Sandler, but Adam Sandler doppelganger, bro. Jesus Christ, bro. Put a shirt on. So yeah, I think this is the one where like he threatened to burn somebody's house down if they like reported that he was taking pictures of like their minor, something to do with taking pictures of minors, and then he threatened to burn someone's house down. I think this is that document. The Federal Bureau of Investigation Miami Field Office is assisting the Palm Beach Police Department in Florida with an ongoing investigation to Jeffrey Epstein, a U.S. citizen. Along with associates, Epstein is believed to have manipulated underage girls from local high schools to perform massages and sexual acts at his residence. The victims were usually recruited by other underage females. See, that right there. I think a lot of that. So like when they say they're protecting the victims, they might also be protecting the perpetrators, right? Because it's laid out clearly here, and I think a lot of people have already made this claim that a lot of the underage women that were recruited by other underage women, or women that were of age now but were recruited underage, and like it's just like I don't know, they're like, oh, do you know any friends that like want to sleep with an older guy for money, and then like whatever I don't know, man, but yeah, it seems like some of the perpetrators were also victims. So when they say we're protecting the victims, sometimes we're also protecting people involved in the fucking shit. FBI Miami believes blank was working at a local resort when she was approached to meet Epstein at his residence. I think this is Virginia Guffrey. Blank agreed and soon began traveling with Epstein to various locations outside the state of Florida. Several witnesses have corroborated blank travel with Epstein. FBI Miami also has evidence Epstein paid and provided her an apartment in exchange for sex. In addition to the accounts of travel, FBI Miami has obtained a witness statement from one of Epstein's victims. This victim was 14 at the time of the incident, observed Epstein have sexual intercourse with blank, who was 17 at the time. Epstein later indicated to this victim that blank was in blank and had started a family of her own. In 2008, FBI Miami has to be fucking Guffrey, Virginia Guffrey. Accordingly, FBI Miami coordinated with FBI legal attaché office in Canberra for a letter to be delivered to, notifying her she was a victim of a crime. Virginia is believed by FBI Miami to currently reside at blank Glenning Valley, New South Wales 2261, telephone, email, blank, blank. On 3/4/2011, contacted the United States Attorney Office in Palm Beach. Yeah, so I think they're talking about Virginia Guffrey. Yeah, so it still seems like there's a cover-up going on here, to be honest. And all those redacted files, it makes you wonder, like, are we just covering shit up again? Is that what we're doing? And I'm pretty sure Massey and them are going to have a problem with it because there was no explanation for why certain things were redacted. There's supposed to be a clear-cut. Like, if you have a photo where half of it's blacked out, you have to say, blacked out, underage victim. You know, you have to, like, give an explanation as to why it's blacked out.
Breaking news, the Epstein files are out, so let's just go over here. And, here we go. Here we go. We're going to see the Epstein files. Holy shit. Holy shit.
There's a lot of people's experience.
Oh, that's the...
all blacked out.
That's all of them, huh? I'm just going to...
Yep. Good job, guys. Transparency.
Okay.
Transparency. Ain't it nice?
All right. Okay. So... oh my gosh. Breaking...
So yeah, dude. I don't know. It's just sus, bro. Like, give us something. David Copperfield. I was never a fan of David Copperfield, by the way. I bet David Copperfield wishes he could make this disappear. Bro, what are you doing, David? What are you doing? Asmongold reacts to Oprah Winfrey and Michael Jackson being on the Jeffrey Epstein files of Bill Clinton. That's not Winfrey. I think that's somebody connected to Michael Jackson.
Sure. What a twist. I don't think this surprised anybody, really. Also, it's very hard to know, like, why this is happening, what the context is of it. This is just one photo. I don't know who this person is, who has any idea, right? I mean, all three of these people could have had no idea who this is. It's obviously Oprah, Michael Jackson, and Bill Clinton. Like, we all know this. So, yeah, who knows?
Is that? I don't think that's they're saying that's Oprah, but I don't know if that's actually Oprah, dude. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that is fucking Oprah. But I think it's somebody connected to Michael Jackson, like maybe his surrogate or whatever that helped him have the kids. I don't know.
Why does he look uncomfortable? I wonder
Jamal.
why. And yeah, I have always been like I've been a huge fan of Michael Jackson my whole life.
Bro, he might have done some shit with kids, you know, it's terrible. But have you seen him moonwalk? I mean, fuck that, man. Have you seen the moonwalk? Have you seen that? Look, I don't know if Michael Jackson was diddling kids, but let's not pretend like he wasn't a weird guy. He was definitely a weird fucking guy.
And I am still reserving whatever delusional hope that I have that he actually wasn't a weirdo, right? And so, yeah. Sure.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that's Oprah. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, Epstein threatening to burn someone's house down if they revealed he stole photos of young girls and sold them.
At Andrew Wilson 803 super chatted $2. It's pro Winfrey.
It's Whoopra Winfrey? Whoopra Winfrey? Hey, that's Whoopra Winfrey. Funny. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, Epstein was all kinds, I mean, but still, I guess we still don't have proof that he was actually trafficking people to any elites, right? It was all for himself. He was so greedy. He would never share it with his rich friends. Yeah, Nick Reiner, I don't know if you guys have been following this. Nick Reiner will plead not guilty to murdering his parents. Apparently, they're going to go with the, basically, not guilty by reason of insanity or whatever, because he was having really bad schizophrenia, and they changed his pills and all that. It's like, eek. I don't know if that's going to get him off.
super chatted $2. Gonna have a seizure. It's Diana Ross.
Is it Diana Ross? I mean, that would kind of make sense. Diana Ross and Michael Jackson hanging out. It's Diana Ross. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what she looks like. So, oh, you're right. That is Diana Ross. She looks like Oprah. It makes sense. It makes sense. Let's see here. Yeah, it's Diana Ross. You can see it. I can see how that's her. You're right. 'Cause look, I mean, it didn't look exactly like Oprah to me, to be honest. Let's hear this update on Nick Reiner.
Information.
By the way, we're almost what are we? Almost an hour in? Oh shit, no, we started at 9:30, almost 2 hours in. If you're enjoying the show, please smash that thumbs up. It's very much appreciated. It helps get the show out to more people, which is definitely a difficult thing to do these days. Also, once again, links are in the description if you want to support the show and become a member or support on Patreon or join the Discord. Much love, guys. Thank you for the support. All right, let's hear Harvey. Hopefully nobody claps and cheers in the background during this little clip.
We now have Nick Reiner is not going to plead guilty to these murders. He is going to plead not guilty by reason of insanity, and here's why. We have learned that Nick Reiner was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and he was under the care of a psychiatrist and receiving meds. His behavior in the month before the murders, and this is a quote from sources with direct knowledge, was erratic and dangerous. He went to an LA rehab facility in the time before the murders. He had been to a number, but in particular this one that specializes in treating mental illness. It's really expensive. It costs $70,000 a month. Lots of rich, powerful parents send their kids to this facility who have mental illness.
I wonder why it didn't work.
Nick was there. In the 3 to 4 weeks, and this is so important, in the 3 to 4 weeks leading up to the murders, Nick's medications were changed. And they were changed because he was exhibiting more and more erratic and dangerous behavior. But when they were changed, they weren't right. And it was making him, as one source put it, crazy. And the doctors were trying to adjust the meds, but it wasn't working. And he was getting more and more erratic. In addition to that, Nick was abusing substances, and we're told the substance abuse worsened the schizophrenia. So all of this paints a picture of someone, in fact.
Yeah, but dude, it's just to me, it's still like, okay, so you had schizophrenia, but you murdered your fucking parents, bro. I don't know if like I'm willing to let you off the fucking hook because you had a mental health episode. It's like, no, bro, you murdered your parents. I don't care if a demon fucking possessed you and took over your soul. I think you should be locked up for the rest of your life.
In fact, these words were used to us by one of these sources with direct knowledge that he was, quote, out of his head at the time of the murders. So based on everything I know, this is not going to be a case where they contest that Nick did it. I think they're going to concede it. I don't know that for a fact, but all of the dots that we now have to connect lead us to this is not going to be a not guilty plea, I didn't do it. This is going to be, at least at this point, based on everything we know, without saying more about sources, if I were a betting man, I would say this is a not guilty by reason of insanity.
We'll see, man. I don't know if it's going to stick. It depends on his behavior. Because if he exhibited any behavior of like trying to cover up what he did, then I don't think it'll stick. I'm not a lawyer, but yeah, you guys want to know what it's like to be old Nick Reiner? This is what it's like.
What you're about to see is a schizophrenia simulator created by someone who has schizophrenia on what it feels like to have these hallucinations. Check it out.
Look at the water. Hear that? Oh my God, it's a bird. Oh, you see the bird? Look how close you are.
I guess in Nick's case, the bird was like, "You must kill your father."
No, it's a bird. How about killing your father? How about slashing your throat?
I don't know. But I don't know if schizophrenia is enough of an excuse for doing something that fucking heinous, bro. Honestly, I mean, I don't know. Maybe schizophrenia with like DMT and acid. I don't know, dude. Yeah, apparently this is a schizophrenia simulator, so you can understand what it's like to have schizophrenia.
Now, obviously, this is just one individual's experience, but I'm curious for anyone else that has schizophrenia, how much it lines up with your experience. Let me.
Thank God I don't have schizophrenia, bro. I mean, it would be curious to find out if it lined up, but yeah, no, thank you. I'll avoid the smoke clouds that talk to me all weird and shit. Look, I mean, if I'm gonna have schizophrenia, at least give me like a reasonable voice in my head that sounds normal. None of this weird shit, man. Fuck that. That's creepy, dude. What's up, Spocko? Let me get back on the. Here we go.
At Spocko 2181 super chatted $9.99. There's a video of roast of Reiner in 2000 that has some warped stuff about him in it.
Let me look for it because I saw it, but I didn't watch it. But I kind of scrolled past it. It was a comedian kind of insinuating that like his kids got molested or something like that. There's a lot of people saying that. They're saying, well, Nick was molested. Here's Al Franken's full Comedy Central roast. Okay, yeah. I skipped past this because it's like, it's a comedy bit. I don't know. Let's see how believable this is. Let me add this here. So yeah, Al Franken, Comedy Central roast of Rob Reiner. Who makes jokes like this? Who laughs at jokes like this? Let's hear it.
I just want to say I've been having just a great time. Everybody's been really, really funny. I just don't want people to get the wrong idea that this is not really, Rob's favorite style of humor. What he really enjoys is what I do, which is far more substantive. But I really... I have to tell you that Rob has devoted himself to seeing the kids from birth to age 3 get the kind of nurturing, intellectual stimulation, love, really, that will make them grow up to be a fully functional, happy person, unlike, say, Brett. And it's a great thing. Most people don't know where this comes from. And Rob doesn't like to talk about it because he's kind of a modest guy. But it comes out of his own personal experience. See, as a baby, Rob was routinely beaten by his father, Carl. Rob believes that this early physical abuse had a profound effect on him as an adult and led to the horrible failure of Ghosts of Mississippi.
I'm going to go for North on that one. Just curious.
Exactly. What possibly could explain North?
I helped him out.
On a typical night, Carl would slip into Rob's bed,
Jesus,
roll him over, swab him down, and say something like, "I'm thinking about hiring Maury Amsterdam to play Buddy Sorrell. What do you think?" Well, the success of the Dick Van Dyke Show changed things dramatically. Carl started inviting many of his famous friends to son.
Holy shit, bro. Yeah, that's hilarious, dude. That's hilarious.
And that list includes some of the greats in comedy. Paul Lynde. Dom DeLuise. Rip Taylor. Danny Kaye. Charles Nelson Riley and Rock Hudson, whom I frankly don't think was that funny.
I don't know, maybe I'm just not getting it. I mean, the joke is that Rob let a bunch of famous dudes F his son. That's what it sounds like the joke is to me. I don't know. I was alive in 2000. I don't remember. Maybe times were different back then. I just don't remember. That's fucking weird. It's also a weird laugh, Rob.
Rob, I love you like a brother.
Wait a minute. Don't love me like a brother.
No, and all kidding aside, it's been a great evening, and thank you.
I've never thought Al Franken was funny, by the way. On SNL, he was never funny. I don't remember Al Franken ever once making me laugh. I think he was just like lifted up because he was, I don't know. I never understood Al Franken. I never understood his appeal.
For doing so much to make sure that no other kid ends up like you.
Thank you, Al.
And apparently Rob Reiner, like, had the same upbringing as Nick, where he was raised by a famous father and, like, in the shadow of his famous father, and he overcame it. It's just sad. Look, I don't know. This could just be jokes, right? I mean, this is not proof that Rob Reiner was fucking his kids. This is not proof of that. It's a kind of, I mean, when you go after what's happened, like this joke, it's just fucking weird after what's happened, but obviously it's not evidence of anything. But I mean, just think about it. Like at this time, like maybe Nick was like a little kid, and like you have your little kid, and you're like you love him so much, you know, and he's like the sweetest thing ever, and then you could never even imagine at that time that 25 years later, this beautiful little kid that you love so much is literally going to murder you. It's crazy, man. It's such a weird world. But yeah, that was not funny at all. I don't think people remember how unfunny Al Franken was. He was never really funny. But he was a leftist and he said all the right shit politically, so we love him. Elon Musk has been talking a lot about this it's not just universal income anymore, it's universal high income. And he's like, we don't got to worry about nothing. Universal high income's coming, guys. AI and robotics, we're just gonna have so much fucking money. Everybody's gonna be fucking living like getting everything they want. Everything's gonna be free, and everybody gets a free paycheck, and it's all the robots doing all the work. We'll see, man. We'll see. He seems pretty excited about it.
If you say, like, in the long term, where will things end up? Long term, I don't know what long term is. Maybe it's 10, 20 years or something like that. For me, that's long term. My prediction is that work will be optional.
Optional.
Optional. So.
We'll take that.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be like playing sports or a video game or something like that. If you want to work, in the same way, like you can go to the store and just buy some vegetables, or you could grow vegetables in your backyard. It's much harder to grow vegetables in your backyard, but some people still do it because they like growing vegetables. That will be what work is like, optional. And between now and then, there's actually a lot of work to get to that point. Mm-hmm. And I always recommend people read Ian Banks' culture books to get a sense for what a probable positive AI future is like. And interestingly, in those books, money is doesn't exist. It's kind of interesting. And my guess is, if you go out long enough, assuming there's a continued improvement in AI and robotics, which seems likely, the money will stop being relevant at some point in the future. Now, there will still be.
We'll see, man. I think it's going to be really ugly before. Imagine like this perfect scenario where everything becomes better because of AI and robotics, and we have all this wealth being generated without man hours. Nobody has to do anything. The robots, the AI just generates the wealth for you. Make sure the lights stay on, make sure the food keeps getting made, all that shit. Nobody has to worry about it. People just sit back and just enjoy and reap the benefits of all the work the robots and the fucking AI does. Like, yeah, okay, great. But, the transition to that is probably going to be pretty fucking ugly. And do I trust the government to actually do that? To actually go, okay, well, we're going to make sure every citizen is taken care of. And we're not going to let the American people fall into poverty and joblessness. We're going to take care of them. I don't know if I trust the government to do that. I don't know if I trust the government not to treat us like fucking cattle and go, okay, well, we don't need you anymore. So goodbye. Here, come in on Tuesday and come to your local government office and you get a free check. And it's going to be like, you walk in and they turn on the gas chamber. It's just like, we got to get rid of these fuckers. We don't need them anymore. I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. But I hope Elon's right, man. He seems to have a lot of faith in this shit. I mean, he'll probably be the one owning most of the robots. So maybe that's why he's so excited. Billy Bush says Rob Reiner's wife told daughter it was the son that stabbed him before she died.
Then you have this from Billy Bush.
Oh, you guys remember Billy Bush? Oh, grab him by the pussy, Billy. Isn't that the guy that was talking to Trump when Trump was like, yeah, I can just grab him by the pussy?
Of course, is a great entertainment reporter in particular, weighing in on the fact that Romy Reiner, who is, I think, only 19 or 20, she's the one who found her parents with their throats slit and bodies stabbed multiple times. And there's new information in this soundbite. Listen here from Billy Bush.
I got this from a friend who lives in the community. I heard that the son, Nick, went into his parents' house, stabbed both mom and dad, and that the daughter, I guess, lives on the property or at the house or in the back house, and that she found them, and that the mom was still alive, and apparently she called the ambulance and went in the ambulance with her mother. Michelle died in the ambulance, but had enough time to tell her daughter that it was Nick, their son, who stabbed them, and that's why they figured it out so quickly, and he's in custody.
My God.
Yeah, because it came out right away. Even before the police reporting it, it was like Rob Reiner and wife are dead. And it was like son murdered him. And it's like, well, how do we know the police aren't even saying that? Well, I guess the daughter knew and the daughter spoke, and then it got into the fucking whoever was the first to report it. I forget who. Crazy, dude.
Romy's 28, FYI, but that's a critical piece of the prosecution's case right there, you guys. If it's called a dying declaration, it comes into court, even though it's hearsay because it's an out-of-court statement by someone. But a dying declaration comes in over hearsay objections. So if Romy Reiner is actually going to take the stand and repeat that her mother told her as she lay dying that it was Romy's brother, Nick. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's case closed, bro. Case closed. I mean, I guess, he's going to try to get off on the insanity plea, but I don't think it's going to work, man. I have a feeling he probably did some shit that's going to show that he was in his right mind and he was trying to cover it up and he was trying to get away, and I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, if he acted in a way like he was not thinking straight and didn't even realize what he did, maybe he'll have a chance. Let's check in on the women's. Y'all want to check in on the women's? Let's see.
A guy that I went on two dates with, two dates with, who had only ever seen pictures of my dog, took it upon himself to look up my address and mail me flowers from my dog on Mother's Day. And not only did he send flowers, but the flowers also came with a card. So this is the card, little dog. Okay. Dear Mom, I think about you every day. Can't wait to see you and give you lots of cuddles and kisses. Happy Dog Mom Day. Love, your number one fur baby. P.S. I heard you met this amazing guy who has 2 dogs and lots of room to play. We should sniff that out sometime.
Dude, I imagine this guy thought he had the greatest idea ever. He's like, oh, she likes dogs. Oh, man, I'm going to come up with the most creative fucking way to impress her ever. Did it work? I don't know. Let's find out.
Met this man twice. We went on 2 dates. Maybe spent 4 hours with this person. Hadn't seen him in a week. He'd never been to my apartment. He didn't know where I live, but he found out and sent me flowers. So you guys, be careful there.
It's so fucked up. It's like this dude's, he tried to impress you. He made the effort. And in the old days, women would be like, oh, that was really sweet. But, I'm sorry. I just don't see you in that way. Like, we could be friends. And like, they would let you down nicely, but be like, that was sweet. Nowadays, they go on Instagram and they're like, look out. He's a fucking serial killer. Who would do this other than a serial killer? He found my address. He probably wants to murder me. It's like, dude, bitch, just take a fucking compliment and move on with your life. But no, now it's got to be an Instagram video. And now, I mean, dude, poor guy. I'm sure he thought he had a great idea too. He was like, I have the greatest idea. There's no way she's not going to like me after this. El Jefe, thank you, brother, with the 10 gifted. Thank you, El Jefe. Explosions, lightning bolts, fire. Just imagine all the special effects, guys. Thank you so much, El Jefe. Welcome, everybody. If you got a free membership from El Jefe, then you should give him a blowjob because he deserves it. If you're a woman, by the way, no, you shouldn't do that. No, actually, you should if you want to. It's up to you. You have the choice to do that or not if you want to do that. I think El Jefe would not have I don't know, maybe he's married. I don't know. I shouldn't speak for El Jefe. But he is the man. He is the king of the chat. Thank you, El Jefe. I appreciate you, brother. Coming in clutch, saving the day. But yeah, dude, I mean, guys, why even try? Even when you come up, like, he probably spent all night, like, oh man, how can I impress her? Send her flowers, but flowers is not enough. Oh, she loves dogs. Then he sat there writing out this cute message and he's like, holy shit, this is so creative. Oh my God, she's going to love this. This is what you get. Why even try? I mean, it's fine if she's not interested, but like this response, this is the worst response. The best response is like, hey, that was sweet. Let's go out on a date. And then like the least, like, okay, maybe she doesn't like you, but okay, well, thank you. That was really sweet. It was really cute. I laughed at your message, but yeah, you're not my type. I mean, I'm sure you're a great guy and all that, but I don't want to lead you on. Like, that should have been the fucking proper response. That's what a proper woman that's how a proper woman would respond to something like this. But instead, no, dude, let's just fucking blow up blow it all up and make an Instagram video out of it. Like, fuck. I mean, how embarrassing is that for this dude? I wonder if this dude's ever going to try again. That might be it. This dude may never try again. This might be the last time he ever tries. And he just gives up because of this fucking dumb bitch that can't even wear a bra with their sloppy fucking titties. Jesus Christ, bitch. Put on a fucking bra. Please. Please put on a bra, okay? They help. They make them look better sometimes. Sometimes they look better in a bra. I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this. Andrew, let me replay this, bro. Exactly, Andrew.
At Andrew Wilson 803 super chatted $2, and they wonder why men don't try anymore.
Dude, and you see so many videos of women on the internet being like, how come men don't approach us anymore? Because the bitch is like this. Because it went from, like, when I was younger, you could still approach women, right? You could still approach them if they weren't interested. They had the common sense and wherewithal to be kind, to kindly reject you. Most of them did. You still could run into the ones that would just fucking be like, you know, like make a big scene out of it. Most of them be like, oh, I'm flattered, thank you, but you know, I have a boyfriend, or I'm not, you know, they'll find a way to like let you down nicely, and it sucked, but at least you didn't feel like a total piece of shit. And then it evolved to like, if you weren't somebody they wanted to fuck, and you made the mistake of trying to make moves on someone that wasn't interested in you, it wasn't just you know, it's okay. We'll let it go. You tried. It's okay. No hard feelings. No, it's you're a fucking creep. This guy's creeping on me. He's a weirdo. And then he's going to tell all your friends about how this guy's weird. And then everybody's going to be like, oh, that's the weird guy that's creeping on all the women, that's scaring the women. It's like, at a certain point, why would men take that chance anymore? You don't know. It's a fucking grenade. You might get an old school like, oh, thank you. That's very sweet, but I'm not in the market right now. That's probably maybe 1% chance of that happening. 99% chance are like, oh, I can use this to get views. Ooh, I can use this on Instagram to get clout. She should be ashamed. Lady, sloppy tits lady with no bra, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. It's not just that you had a problem with it, it's that you had a problem with it, and then you took it online and you made it seem like this guy's a danger to the like the female community. Girls, be careful out there. Somebody might send you flowers. Oh my God, be careful. So yeah. So all you women out there that are upset that men are not making the move, they're not making passes on you in public, they're not coming up to talk to you, they're not asking you out in person, you know who to blame. You know who to blame. Now, this video came out yesterday and I felt so bad for this guy. I felt so bad for this guy because everybody was dogging on this dude. But you know those like haircut videos where people are like, oh, the before, like it's all shabby, then after they look fucking like they had a makeover and they look great. Well, it didn't go that way for this guy, unfortunately. I guess. This is probably the 10th time I've seen this and I laugh every time, dude. This poor fucking guy. This poor fucking guy, dude. Some barbers just have no shame, bro. Like, do you not understand why beards, you know, why a lot of guys have beards? Like, there's a reason I have a beard. Like, I don't got a fucking chin like this guy, but I got a little bit of a chubby face. And if I go completely fucking shaved, my face looks a little chubbier. Still sexy as fuck, but a little chubbier. So a little beard, you know, it just looks better. And you tell me this barber just, I don't know, maybe this guy wanted this. Maybe he forgot what he looked like. Maybe he forgot. Maybe he's had the beard so long, he forgot he had 5 chins underneath it. How do you forget that though? You gotta know. You can feel what's going on down there. You know, you can feel it. Poor guy, man. That guy's chin is triple Big Mac. Yeah, dude, this is a guy that, like, he's going to count down the days until that beard is back, bro. And it's going to take a long time to get a beard that covers this up. Because just your normal beard, like my beard right here would not cover this up. It would still be like down here. You need that giant beard to cover this up. Or, I don't know, go on a diet. You could do that too. Maybe this will be the motivation to finally get this guy on a diet. You know, or maybe this guy's not even fat. He's just got a fat face. I'm just kidding. Some people, though, I've seen people that are like not that fat, but like they have fat faces. It happens. Yeah. So yeah, dude, we're all going there now. We're all going there now, dude. Oh man, yeah, I can't wait to go to your Federal Cuts barbershop.
Shave the beard, ping.
Are you crazy, Olive? Oh fuck, Olive. I like you, Olive, but that's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Shave the beard. The beard's there for a reason. First of all, I'm very white. Okay? If I shave the beard, there's like the beard at least gives some color to my fucking face. Okay? All right? No, beard staying. I will not shave the beard, no matter what, Olive. I'll shave the beard for $1,000. No, it's gotta be higher. $20,000 super chat, and I'll shave the beard. Dude, this guy has got to be the most saddest fucking dude on the internet. Like, imagine this is your life now. You made one stupid video of you acting like a retard while you eat, and then it gets a bunch of views, and now your whole life is acting like a retard.
Wilson 803 super chatted $2.
Yeah, you better be killing
Federal cuts. Makes sense. Feds always fuck you.
Andrew, you're right. They should have known. Should have known. You never go to anything that has Fed in it. And Olive, thank you for admitting you were just kidding. But I don't know, Olive. I don't know if I can ever trust you again. I mean, you must want me to be embarrassed like that, dude. I would not be as bad, but yeah, no, I look better with a beard. That's just facts. And to me, I look better with a beard. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I care what I think. But yeah, this one too. It seems like this guy's already sick of this, and now they're just going through the motions. Because I remember like the camera work on these early on. They used to be like real fancy with the camera work and all that. Now it's just like, oh fuck, we got to record another video where I act like a retard as I eat. Fuck, let's just get this over with. I can just imagine walking up with his cameraman and he's like, fuck. The cameraman's like, what's wrong? I hate this so much, dude. Let's just get it over with. You ready? You ready? Okay. Action. Dude, I mean, this guy has to hate his life at this point. He's got to hate his life. Well, I mean, that's pretty sick. It fell off the bone. I mean, I'm not going to complain about that. I guarantee you this guy hates doing this. He fucking hates it at this point. And he's probably going like, why did God curse me? Like the only thing he ever wanted was to go viral on social media, and he got it, and now this is his life. This is his life, man.
Sharp eye!
Yeah, I don't think he's as into it anymore. I really think he's just going through the motions now. He's just like, oh, fuck. I guess we gotta do another video. Fucking, let's go. It'll take 5 seconds. We'll get it done. I'll do my stupid dance, scream shark bite, take a bite, and then dance to some stupid music, and then we can go out and fucking get some bitches. See, I don't know if this is a new cameraman, but the camera works. It's uninspired. This is uninspired camera work. You're just going through the motions, bro. Okay? All right, 40 seconds. We're done. All right, fuck. God. Okay, let's go. Fuck this food. I'm not even hungry. So thank you. We're out of here. Here's a tip. I don't know. Give the food to somebody else. I'm fucking done with this shit. He just leaves. He walks out. I don't know, man. Sometimes the things that you want the most in life end up becoming a fucking nightmare. This is really cute. Asian tries a PB&J for the first time. Peanut butter and jelly. It's like, man, I wonder what that's like. Because peanut butter and jelly, I mean, it's amazing, right? You got to have milk with it, though. If you don't have milk with your peanut butter and jelly, you don't know what you're missing. But yeah, I want to see what her reaction is.
Dear Diary, today I'm trying American favorite sandwich, PB&J. Okay, so I just came from store and I got nature on bread. They get to the wheat bread is more healthy for you.
Is that true? I heard that's not actually true. That wheat bread is actually healthier. I heard that's not true.
And I have dip peanut.
Olive, you're leaving? Olive, I don't know, Olive. I thought you were better than that. Talking about my beard and then leaving before the show's up. Olive, I expect more from you. Yeah, we might start playing Arc Raiders. If you guys play Arc Raiders, that's another reason to jump in the Discord. I'll probably be buying it soon, and we'll get some game. I think you can only play with like 3 people, but if you're one of the lucky 3, we'll play some Arc Raiders. Everybody seems to be playing that game lately, so I got to get on. I got to get in on the craze.
Butter and I got the Kai brand.
This is where it goes wrong. Oh yeah, these poor Asians, man. I'm sorry, but that's not the right jelly.
Jelly. So, let's make a sandwich. I've never had this kind of sandwich before in my country, but I think it cool. It had its own song, and I'm finally can sing it and know what I'm happy for, because they say peanut butter gel time, peanut butter gel time, peanut butter and baseball bat. So, jelly come out.
You can't be this. This has to be a bid. You can't be this dumb that you don't know the difference between KY jelly and fucking grape, jelly jam. By the way, you got to get grape. It's the only one that fucking matters. And by the way, if you ever get a chance to have homemade jelly, when I was a kid, I don't even remember. One of my friend's mom had a friend that made homemade fucking jelly. Oh. It was so good, bro. So much better than the store-bought shit.
I think that's good.
Okay, take a bite.
So, peanut butter gel time.
Oh, no.
It smells good.
Atalev the
I don't
KY
want
member.
why-
Atalev celebrates 10 months of membership, not the KY jelly tut.
Yeah, I wonder. Thank you, Olive. Thank you for being a member for 10 months. You rock. I wonder, could you actually cause some damage to your health? Eating, is she going to really eat this?
Bread, because I want to be healthy, but...
Oh, I guess, a lot of people get KY jelly in their mouth, don't they? So, I guess it would be nothing new.
I heard it might not taste good because it's wheat bread, but...
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you fucked up. Because first of all, the peanut butter is not really the sweet part of the The jelly is what brings the sweetness, and then mixed with the peanut butter. So if it's just peanut butter and KY jelly, oh. Hopefully she spit that out after she was done doing this bit, because this has to be a bit. She's a fucking comedian. There's no way. Woman explains why she's in jail. I bet you she got a bad rap. Guys, I mean, though, if you're looking for a pen pal, she might be the one.
Okay, guys, so the reason why I'm locked up is because I had a butcher knife. According to my prosecutor, it wasn't even no butcher knife. It was just a knife that I used up to cut like a watermelon. It was not that big for real, but I guess.
So why are you in jail then if you're just cutting up a watermelon with a knife? That doesn't make any sense. Is that illegal to cut a watermelon with a knife?
It was big to them. I didn't do nothing. Like, I never cut no one or like hurt no one. I was just, I guess, a menace to society. But it wasn't even like I was in postpartum and she took my baby and didn't give it back. So I was like, yeah, we.
Okay, now I understand. The black Asian came out of it. The black Asian, what do they call them? Black Asians? Blackanese? The Blackanese came out of her. Oh, fuck, man. Yeah, we'll see. Should we we'll get to this tomorrow. This will give us some shit to do tomorrow. We'll catch up on the Liver King. Apparently, he's going on Rogan. His latest video, he says he's booked for Rogan, bro. And look, he's got a couple goats. I wonder what's going to happen to those goats. I'm sure he's going to treat them real nice. We'll catch up with Liver King tomorrow. So come by tomorrow, 9 p.m., 9:30, 10, somewhere around then. We'll do another show tomorrow night. We'll catch up on the Liver King. Liver health is number one. I don't know. I can't eat liver, dude. I don't understand how people eat liver. It's so fucking disgusting. Liver is like one of the most disgusting foods you could ever eat in your entire life. Her voice all shaky. She guilty. Yeah, I mean, she tried to pretend like she did nothing wrong, and at the end you realized, oh, okay, she stabbed somebody. She stabs. She's a crazy bitch. She held it in for a little bit and then went full crazy bitch. Okay, AI Pink. Yeah, Dark Meta official. Look, I try not to let anybody know I'm AI, okay? That's our secret. It's our secret, okay? I know I did tell everybody that I was murdered by an Eritrean hit squad and now I'm live on as AI. But, you know, I don't want to keep repeating that. That's our secret, okay? That's our secret. You bought her? Obviously, that went over my head, Freeman. John Taffer, there's another channel where this dude eats roadkill raw. It's awesome. I mean, dude. Look. To each their own, but that's not anything new, dude. Eating roadkill, like people that have been struggling, you know, you drive by some meat just on the side of the road and it's still edible. I mean, who's going to throw that shit away? I mean, I'm not talking about myself, but if you're in a rough situation, you know, that dead squirrel, that's going to feed you. It's going to feed. And then if you got a wife that's like, knows what she's doing, she might be able to turn that roadkill into something pretty fucking fantastic. And it's better than nothing. Parasites? Well, you should be able to tell if there's parasites, you know? I'm sure there will be signs in the meat if it's healthy or not, you know? If it's starting to fucking go bad, I'm sure you can tell. I don't actually enjoy watching that. What do you not enjoy watching, John Tafer? Is that Xavier Leggett's channel? What are we talking about? Oh, yeah. I don't think I'd enjoy watching that either, bro. I don't think I'd enjoy watching that either. Anyway, thank you guys for the support. It's been fun. If you haven't smashed the thumbs up, you could do it now. What are you waiting for? Okay, if you have, then don't worry about it. You did your job. Thank you very much. But if you haven't, smash it up on the way out. Much love, everybody. Also, links are in the description. Go join the Discord. Go hang out. Trying to build a community. And if you do hang out in there, chat more. That's all I ask. Talk more. Sometimes there's a lot of people in there, but nobody's talking. Talk. Don't be afraid. We're all cool. We're not going to shit on you if you talk. Come in and say hi. And yeah, we can do some gaming as well. That'll be going on soon. Much love, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow night. Okay, set your reminder. Tomorrow night, 9-ish. We'll be back. We'll be talking about the Liver King and whatever the hell else is going on tomorrow. Maybe there'll be some more cool finds with these Epstein files as everybody's pouring over them right now. But much love, everybody. You have a great Friday night, and we'll see you on the next episode of The Pink Trip Show. Take care.
Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Here's some other videos to watch that you might like or you might not. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified. Have a great day, my internet friend. I hope I'll see you once again. Please subscribe and hit the like and ring that bell if you want notified.